The group fell into a deep dream in which uncharacteristically they found themselves sharing the same thought space or dream world in an ever-flowing, seemingly infinite planes of the astral realms. As they are wondering about whether this is a dream or this is real, the most prominent change is that Balasar and Adam are standing separately side by side. Adam seems to be in shock, claiming this is impossible. Balasar seems to state otherwise, quickly moving on to aggressive actions against Adam, while Verity, Alara, and Rose try to dissuade Giant Dragonborn. As the talk proceeds, it becomes increasingly clear that the relationship between Adam and Balasar isn't the best one, however much they might try and downplay it. They are interrupted by voices. Many voices, in fact, somewhat disjointed, seeming to take turns, or conflicting with each other, or even completing each other's sentences. Upon conversing with the voices, very little sense is to be made of it, except that this is apparently a realm of thought and potential where one is limited mainly by their imaginations and creativity. Secondly, the voices seem to be about 14 and a half or so, they say, personalities in one body or form. Thirdly, there is apparently a trial of some kind awaiting the group, one that they should be well prepared for. As the group considers this among themselves, Alara is the first to make use of her mental creativity, shaping the realm around them into the semblance of Alicia's pantry's basement, with the same ease that she applies to water and ice figures. As for the others, Rose releases Balasar from the cage that Alara has put around him, and not too soon, for there are 3 knocks coming from the roof. And then they are attacked by the Kadiks, or rather, a new incantation thereof, seeming fresh from the construction, and in full powers. The fight is a fierce one, the Kadiks demonstrating a horrifying new arsenal of weapons and abilities, with the group immediately trying to fulfill their fullest potential, thinking of themselves in their strongest forms, as far as their imagination can stretch. They do fierce battle, Verity smiting away like a mad angel, Alara doing what she can to keep the group up and about, Rose tactically using cover and distance, and Adam and Balasar slinging spells and attacks between them. When the beast falls back down into the nothingness from which it arrived, the voices congratulate them and the group even concedes that they did quite well themselves. Congratulations are doled around. Some relationships are improved somewhat, we hope perhaps for the future. Namely, Adam wonders how much of this will remain as he makes a tentative peace with Balasar for now. And finally, the dream breaks when Alara imagines herself out of there, and the rest soon follow suit, leaving this an empty realm again. And the day dawns. The day dawns with knocking, banging, sounds of people moving around overhead, furniture being scraped along the wooden floorboards, and things seeping through and splashing. The room still smells strongly of blood, sweat, and whatever Alara used to treat the patient. As you all rise and get around to this, Adam.
Yes.
There seems something missing.
what seems to be missing?
There's no familiar weight on your chest as there was last night.
I
The
look
rest
into
of you are still stirring as well and getting up.
I look into my scarf. Do I see Newt?
Newt is not there.
Ah, what? Where could he have gone this morning? All right. I'm gonna rub my eyes a little bit, like stretch away the drowsiness, and I get up. What do I see? What do I see around me? Do I see Newt? Do I see any signs of him looking
No
around?
signs of Newt. Pira is doing some light exercises and stretching by the door.
All right.
Didn't we already do the whole waking up part last week?
Did we?
Yeah.
We did.
Never mind.
We did in text.
No, we did.
Sorry.
We did.
You know the whole talk with Kurok and Verity before he heads up?
I mean, I just woke up, right?
Okay, let me just briefly check
Okay.
that.
Let's go.
I mean, we
That
can
means-
retcon the entire, but I don't know.
All right. There was.
Yeah, because I was one of the last people to wake up, so I don't think you need to
Okay.
on it.
Right, it's just Adam then.
Yeah.
Jumping up and going. Everyone else has moved around.
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
What are each of you doing now, respectively?
Breakfast. Alara's with Rose, and I think I'm doing sending for somebody.
Give a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. Deal with Adam first.
There's a mixed atmosphere in Alisha's pantry. There's a lot of people here crowding the place up, partaking of food. There's conversation with each other, but somewhat muted. And you notice that many of them are streaked with soot and like mud, trekking mud all around the place, of ash and rainwater and sludge.
Oh God.
Alisha is doling out what she can from the outside. And as you all, as Alara and Rose step up, the heads turn around to look at you with various appraising looks, some of them slightly more blank. Alisha just puts her hands up and starts clapping. A few figures in the crowd sort of. Can you stop that? Okay.
We did it.
A few figures in the crowd sort of clap back, but it's a bit of a half-hearted thing
Oh.
before returning to their business. Alisha doles out a bit of bacon and soup to Alara and Rose. Not much left. Help yourself all you can. Do get the others up. And thank you for last night.
I nod and smile at her, and then go find a seat.
Verity goes up as well, and he's gonna get a plate, but not
Yeah.
for himself. He goes back down. Then
Verity goes up. Your armor has been cleaned mostly.
yep.
But like the notice of the emergence of a harmonium, like there's several clatters as like cutlery is dropped, people turn around, and like the atmosphere becomes a lot more tense.
Oh, Verity's clearly doesn't perceive that. He's going to go and get some food from Alicia, and then goes back down.
Alicia just seems to act as if nothing happened, nods to you, passes you some food over,
Yep.
and she doles out an extra portion for the large one.
Yes, I'm just going to give it to him. You don't have to give my portion.
Please, I insist.
It's alright. There are more people who need it than me. And then Verity rejects his portion and just take two rocks.
Alara like puts it on you. Look, in the hive we don't take things for granted when they're given freely.
Well,
I understand what you're getting from, but in the hive, a gift horse in the mouth is not one to turn down.
alright.
Besides, think about it this way. There isn't a single day in Seagill that passes without some tragedy or another, But at least this time, from last night, we have something to smile about. I don't know how you did it, but thank you for taking care of that monster.
Verity nods and well, thank you very much, Alicia.
And then someone speaks up from the crowd. Is it gone? Is it really gone? Alicia, please let them take their own time.
And Verity goes back down.
Who's next?
Yawning boy.
Okay. All right, Adam, what do you do?
All right, I'm gonna go look for Newt. See where he's scampered off to.
How do you look for him?
All right, I don't see him in the immediate vicinity downstairs.
He's not in the basement.
Yep. So I'm going to go upstairs, pull out some. Oh, he's probably not gonna be attracted to my rations. I'm gonna look for.
Adam, you head up. There's a lot of heads staring at you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna lay low, just kind of rubbing my head, like looking around, and I'm going to follow a strong smell of food if I can.
The food heads all the way to the kitchen, and Alicia is ready for you.
All right, that's where I go. And
Alicia hands you 2 portions. She says, "Now I'm not sure if which side counts for which, but just to be sure."
I take the food and I go, oh well thank you, but the 2 of us, I look at her, only need to eat once, so it's all right here.
Well, then you can pack it for later when the other one comes out. Give him my thanks too.
That's very kind of you. I'll make sure to let him know, and I keep the other portion of the food. Now, as I'm scarfing down the food and I'm eating while I'm in the kitchen.
Okay, where are you, Alicia? Okay, Adam, you're eating the tight cramped kitchen.
Yep,
Rose and Alara?
We are in the main dining hall. Alara is going to take this opportunity while eating to survey the faces.
Alara, you and Rose, well, some people make way for you because otherwise there'll be no sitting. Some people make way and it's like a sort of uncomfortable press of bodies all around, like elbow to elbow and all that.
I look at Rose and I go, feels like home.
What do you say?
Feels like home.
Well, not really home for me.
It's very cramped whenever we have breakfast.
Rose is just, I think Rose is just going to like lean against a wall and eat quickly.
There's no wall behind you.
So sad.
There's just people more lining up looking for spaces.
You can lean up next to a guy's leg.
Like a gap-toothed man opposite you sort of breaks a little smile and waves back. You see he's covered with soot also from head to toe.
She's gonna ignore him and just eat.
Rose and Alara eat.
There's also Hayes. Hayes is here, guys.
Yeah, Hayes. Where's
He's
Hayes?
ninja'd into existence.
Like, where is he exactly?
Hayes is in the basement.
Oh, okay. Hayes, what doing?
Hayes would have woken up early to help prepare breakfast if he is allowed. Because he doesn't have his own food, so he'll probably need to request some.
And you'll notice that Alicia was trying to do a really big cooking round this time, mainly by her own efforts.
He would like to assist if he likes, if she allows.
The chef helping the chef.
Alicia looks at you, shrugs, and starts passing you big heavy pots and pans to move around, all that.
Yes.
She does this wordlessly.
Alright. Hayes does as instructed.
After a while, Alicia starts talking to you. This is still while she's cooking. So how did you do it?
Hayes looks back, puzzled. This one is not sure of what you are referring to.
How do you defeat the monster?
Hayes will look out of the window, possibly, if any of the wreckage is still in view.
Not from the kitchen.
Oh, okay. You were not there. The creature was strong, but wounded. With our combined efforts, it was challenging, but not impossible.
Nothing special used?
Not that this one could identify.
You are from a rather unusual place. Did you use some unusual technique or something that people have not tried before?
This one cannot imagine so. Sigil is a large place with people of great means. What we
Yes.
had last night was nothing out of the ordinary.
Yet the people of great means seldom pop around. Anyway, thank you. What's the proper thank you custom in where you're from?
Gratitude. Gratitude is usually met with gifts of food.
All right. Well, when you're done with helping prepare the food, take whatever you feel like. There should be enough to go around.
Hayes nods gratefully.
How many portions do you wish to take?
Just one.
Okay.
Maybe like an extra one for Verity if he's still asleep at the time.
Okay. Right. Anything else Hayes wants to do?
If he has the extra time, he would go outside and check where the crater was.
Okay.
Find it.
Hayes goes to check on crater. Okay, because you're early, Hayes, this is what you can see. You can see that there's a lot of people around the place. Some are shining dim, flickering lamps. Some are using other sources of illumination. But the street is somewhat bright, surprisingly, at this time from all the artificial illumination.
So it's not like morning, daytime.
It's not. But
okay.
Everyone has like shovels and like people are digging around. Some people are prodding, some are knocking, some occasionally put their heads to the ground. Others are standing around seeming to make discussions. Like people are just working silently or not working silently and observing.
Okay. I will just stand back and observe to make note if anyone appears to be carrying any like remnants of the creature. Because when I checked last night, everything seemed to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look for a while, and if I don't see anything, I'll walk up to someone and just gently ask them if they've seen anything like that.
Okay.
And
you do see that there are people digging around where like you think the talon was impaled or whatever it was. They don't seem to be uncovering anything, but you notice like where they're digging around, it seems to be a bit of a hollow of some kind, and they are just digging around it.
And that seems to be where the indent was made, right? Yeah. When the thing fell?
Yes.
Okay, well, they clearly didn't see anything. All right, I'll just mentally note this and head back inside then.
All right. Okay, I will say this though. You do notice that some people, like when they're digging, like their spades hit something, and then like they quickly move to shovel it up while some others peer over. Like Occasionally, it's like bits of rubble, then they just clear it out. Sometimes it seems to be something else that they'll dig up and put on the barrels next to it. Maybe sometimes it looks like remains of some things.
I
At
see.
other points of time, it looks a bit like coins, and this still pocket.
Okay. Now, when it looks like remains, do I see them talk to each other via? Because I can lip read, so
Okay, well, you can make outside.
find words.
What do you think this was? Dwarf? Gnome? Something shorter? Nah, some kind of pet dog, maybe. It's like, who has a pet dog in hives? And a stray dog, then whatever. Move it on.
Okay.
No drink for the dustman.
So probably just like victims then. All right. Unfortunate. We'll head back.
Pace, make what's your passive perception?
Something ridiculous.
22.
22. Okay, as Hayes, you're looking around at people working, and you notice standing on the rooftops a sort of a familiar short figure.
Is it the gnome? It is the gnome.
You can't make out whether or not it has the rodent with it.
Okay. I will attempt to approach him, I suppose.
It's on the roof.
Yes. I can sort of climb or use shadow step where appropriate.
All right. So Hayes, how do you wish to do this?
How close can I get? I'm not trying to like surprise attack him or anything. Just approach him to have
I'll
a
say the gnome is
conversation.
about like 90 feet away, 90 feet horizontal distance, and maybe like 20 feet up.
Okay. I'll climb up a building first and then go across the buildings towards him. So he's likely to see me. So if he does, like, what does he do?
Okay, Hayes, you start climbing, and then some bystanders by you. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Stuff here is already crumbling as it is with all the rain. Then they notice what you're wearing. Carry on, officer. Never mind us.
He nods at their general direction and carries on.
The gnome is chewing on a bit of a pipe and a bit of straw as you approach. He waves at you as you do. Hello there.
Yes.
Everything's all right?
I suppose casualties were as low as
No,
one.
not no. You all.
Oh, yes. The lost ones are fine. This one is curious. What is your connection to them? You have been following us since the bazaar. Perhaps even before.
What's interesting is I'm pretty sure someone else is also following.
Hayes thinks for a bit, does not remember anyone that was following as well.
Not someone you can see.
You are aware of this person?
Only if I'm fully focused. Not the easiest thing.
I see. You appear to have their best in. Would you like to speak with them?
When I need to. He shrugs. Just like, you, man of few words sort of thing.
Very well. I think I would like to insight him to see if he's being truthful, I suppose.
In truthful on what?
Whether he has their best interests at heart.
He didn't answer that one. He just
Oh.
shrugged.
Very well. This one will keep an eye out for the other thing that's following.
He nods.
How did you know about the creature? About their predicament?
The gnome just sort of taps the side of his head. He seems to be looking over the deck side, and his head tilts up towards the distant roofs, and like the miserable slight rain in the distance.
Do I know what he means by this?
This isn't covered under reading lips or anything.
Yeah, but what was he doing? He's just like sort of gesturing to.
He just taps his
that
head
direction?
a bit and then like looks in the further direction.
Oh, okay. I'll look in that direction as well, I guess, since he's. Like, is he trying to convey anything that I can tell?
You're not certain.
Okay.
There's a lot you're not certain about this gnome. Okay. You look in the distance, you can make out the rain. Well, where it falls, like well, and then it occurs to you, gnomes don't usually see well in the dark.
They don't?
Gnomes don't have dark vision.
Really? I thought they did. Okay. Perhaps I'm mistaken. But it's not that dark now, is it?
As in, it's still nighttime. The only illuminations from the people bringing all the lanterns
okay,
around
okay.
down there.
So it's still dark, but not as dark as it was before, because there are
Mhm.
people doing things. Okay,
Yes.
understand.
Oh wait. Sorry, never mind about that. Okay, let's readjust it. Gnomes have dark vision, but they don't really normally see that far in it.
Okay.
This is a change from 3.5e, I guess.
Yes. I remember
the
like
changes.
almost everything has dark vision,
Yeah.
apart from like humans
Humans and halflings.
yes, something like that.
I'm blind as a bat.
Yeah. Okay. I look in the direction that he's looking, and I don't really see anything in particular, right? Just like the rain and.
This one needs an active
Later.
perception.
All right, I shall active perception then. Active perception. All right.
You sense something. You're not quite sure how to put it, but it feels like there's something out there.
Is it hostile? Is it another Cadix?
You don't
Or-
sense hostility, just like there's something out there.
Okay. In that direction that he's looking at. Can I tell size or like force of presence? Like how
Something.
okay. I look back to the guy and I scan him for his little rodent. Is it visible?
The rodent is not with him.
Your companion.
Hmm?
I ask, almost like I say, almost like as a question or suggestion, like. Your companion, the little rodent.
Oh, thank you.
What?
Oh, thank you.
He is confused by that response. He will probably just sit here and watch the people go about dealing with the damage from this vantage point until it gets light, and at the same time also watch over Alicia's pantry.
The gnome seems to be moving to the next rooftop.
All right. Good day, small one.
You too. Okay, and we move on. Hayes, for the rest of the time, the gnome seems to be content to like readjust his position every now and then, not seeming to be in a particular rush.
Okay, so he's just sort of hanging around and watching things as well.
Yeah, though it's not quite sure what he's watching for.
All right, good enough.
Eventually, when you do return back to the pantry, you lose sight of the gnome.
Yep.
Okay, so you head in with the others, and then like heads look up at you again, and then look down and back at the food when they see the harmonium symbol.
Okie dokes. And at this point, like,
Why
people
the
are...
heart? Like, why are the hard heads here? Shh, that one's got better senses than most.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Right. Eventually, what's Verity doing with the extra portion?
He's going to bring it down to Kurok.
Kurok rises a bit. Still dark.
I'm very sorry about your loss. Here, have your breakfast. It's prepared by
The
Lady
harmonium.
Alicia.
You are the harmonium.
You can call me Verity.
The harmonium Verity.
Yes.
This is for me.
Yeah, your breakfast today, prepared by Lady Alicia.
Thanks.
And
He starts eating. It's a bit of a slow affair since he seems to be taking care not to shred any of the bandages with his movements.
Yeah, Verity's just gonna sit down and starts meditating or reflecting
Choosing his spells.
for the day.
Are you an elf?
Yes, so half, I guess.
You're doing the elf thing.
Verity looks at him, but continues back doing his stuff.
There's this contented munching noises from the other side.
Content Kurok. Best Kurok.
What are the others doing upstairs?
I'm looking for Nude.
How?
If I don't see him in the kitchen, I'm gonna go outside.
You don't see him in the kitchen outside either. And then, Adam, you head outside. You open the pantry doors, the white beyonds of Sigil. And then, right outside there, is a bunch of people.
Okay.
Starting with this one.
What's the...
like wearing pretty much nothing more than rags, disheveled, eyes slightly open and short. And each of them, there's about maybe half a dozen of them. Each of them are holding mismatched items. Some that look like a strings of glass beads. Some that look like a leaves strewn together. Bits of junk like brightened and polished up and all that.
Okay.
And then as soon as you open the door, and people, like hyper. What the sort Barmies? Kurok, 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 Kurok. They start chanting and running around in circles around you.
What? What's going on here, guys?
Kurok, Kurok.
But I'm not Kurok. Are they like? I'm like trying to talk to them. Are they like showing any signs of talking back, or are they just chanting in a circle around
They
me?
all stop when you say that you're not Kurok.
Yeah.
Your heads turn slightly, looking at Kurok.
No, I shake my head. No, not Kurok.
They look inside the pantry, and you can see like the people sort of like having their hands in front of them, like waving their hands back furiously. It's like, no, 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 not after this, not this morning. No, no, no. What do you do, Adam?
I don't let them in if I'm able to.
One of them points with his only arm, the one in front of them.
Oh god.
Kurok is pointing, you're not sure, at someone or just inside.
I look at him,
Wish to see Kurok.
and then I look back at the pantry. Everyone has like this like, please no look on their face. Yeah.
Not all of them. Like some of them just like have perfected the art of eye rolling. Some of them are just eating as fast as they can to finish what they can. Some others are just like stepping out,
Alright.
and a few of them are looking more guarded.
Okay.
Alicia's not around at the moment. She's further inside.
All right, I'm gonna look at him, and I'm going to point at myself, and I'm gonna be like, Kurok. I'm gonna see what he does.
There's attempts of grappling.
Oh shit.
If you like people.
No, I'll see what happens. I'll let them grapple me.
Okay, there's half a dozen of them. You're grabbed up, Kurok, 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 and like immediately you're showered by bits and pieces of like pretty glass, little marbles, little decorations. As
Okay.
they grab you, heave you up, and start
Okay.
running away from the pantry.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
time out.
Oh,
time
God,
out.
no.
Are they kidnapping him?
Because Alara can hear this, right? Clearly.
You
Because
and Rose
it's
saw
really
it.
loud. We saw it. So I'm paying attention to this happening, and then
Yeah.
the minute they take him away, I'm going to follow them.
I get Rose to Hunter's mark me. It's over. It's done.
Yeah, Rose is gonna hunters mark him again, like fuck this shit.
Okay, so Rose puts
Okay.
down her bacon. Hunter's marks with a free hand continues eating bacon. Is that what she?
I see that happen, and I'm like, okay,
She's
cool.
going to finish it. She's gonna finish the food as fast as she can. I was planning to help out Alicia. Why does he do this all the time?
I don't know. Keep an eye on him. I'm going downstairs.
Okay, like the others, some people in the pantry also get some other people in the pantry, to your horror, like also throw up your hands like, what the heck? Kurok, Kurok, Kurok. Wait, you're getting it wrong. I think it's the other way around. And like some others follow and run after as well.
Oh god.
I go downstairs and inform whoever is at the basement.
Wait, I thought Alara, you're following them.
Since Rose just hunters marked him,
Yeah.
what I can do while Rose is watching is go downstairs and let everybody know that they've taken Adam.
Yeah, technically we're taking our time to go after him because I have him marked. Ish.
Oh. Okay.
Taking your time.
Fira emerges from the kitchen, where she apparently is talking to Alicia. So if you let it pickle for a few more hours with that recipe I gave you, she looks out and sees Adam being taken, and she breaks out into a run, dropping everything onto the floor. Alicia's like, "Oh, what's going on now?"
Oh,
There's
how
people running out. Hayes, you're what are you doing?
inside.
Yep, you're inside.
Hayes will look at Alara. What's Alara doing?
I'm
heading
just
down.
coming down and I'm going, it seems as though some chaos people are taking Adam away, so I think it's best that we follow them. But it's really up to you.
Verity was, I think he was meditating. How long does it take?
Alara comes down.
Oh no.
The whole thing takes like a matter of less than a minute.
I don't have enough time to prep myself.
Wait, Verity could have done that like before?
Yeah, I think it's
Before
like
everybody
one
moved?
minute per.
Yeah,
First
so
spell.
I'll just say Verity is done.
yeah.
Yeah. This will happen after. You just finished it.
Rarity says,
All right.
wait, does this occur like daily, this kind of thing?
Kidnappings.
It's chaos, man.
You don't
Like,
know.
people say not again. What do they mean when they say not again?
No, they just see chaos, man. They say not again.
Oh, okay. I thought this like kidnapping people is like,
It's like, you know, Alara when Adam opens his mouth.
Oh,
Oh,
yep, yep.
wrecked.
oh, Variety is going to stand up and say,
All right. Where did they take him?
I'm not quite sure, but
Wha-
Rose has it
How
marked.
did that happen? Did
Your
they just-
guess is as good as mine. He keeps chanting. I mean, they keep chanting about Kurok over and over again. So
Okay, as you're having this calm discussion, the voices are getting fainter in the background.
Does Kurok hear them have this conversation?
Huh? Kurok has a lot of bandages around his face and ears.
so
yeah,
Kurok
Variety
should
is
stay
going
at
to
home.
go towards Kurok and say,
I'll bring Adam back. Do not worry. Take care of yourself.
What's that sound in the background?
Oh, sorry.
lol.
Okay. Right. Kurok looks up. You want more? Sure, I can share some. He passes you some of the half-eaten bacon.
No, it's alright. Take care of yourself, and I'll bring Adam back. I'll be back.
and then he gives Kurok a little pat on the shoulder. And then he goes up. And then on the way, he's just gonna try to communicate to Sail.
You sure it's really good?
Yeah. He's on the way up. He's just gonna do a quick
That will
call.
take an action.
Yeah.
Okay, Verity pauses on this. What is Rose doing throughout all this? And Hayes.
Well, as the voices
Hayes
get
is shrugging.
softer, Rose is going to bring whatever left of her breakfast as she goes to the door and watch them. See which way they go. Head to.
I imagine Rose standing in a doorway with like a bowl of porridge, just like.
Yeah.
Rose, you
Or
take
like
the food over to
outside
the
the
door. Rose, they're out of sight.
I can still hear the voices.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Who's is like approaching
I'm
the
gonna try
seat
to-
casually?
Who
I'm gonna
walks
try
back in?
to. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Alara before I try to find her.
Okay, Verity, what do you do?
He's going to go up, and on the way, he's just gonna do a quick
Okay,
call
right.
to
Up on the stairs to make
Sail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna
Good
call.
morning, Officer Verity. Did you have a good rest?
Yes, officers, just to say, just gonna let you know I am in the hive right now. I know it sounds strange, but
Oh, early morning, eh? Sounds good. What's that?
What's
I
what?
do believe it's from Lena.
What's what?
Lena, just now there's a lot of background noise.
Oh, my housemate just came down.
Ah.
But yeah, he's just gonna let Saya know.
Well, I just do a quick summary of what happened yesterday. We fought the Cadix and it is down, but I'll be going to the gatehouse today.
I'm sorry. Did you say bed bugs?
The Cadix.
Bed.
Wait, didn't we do this like the night before?
No. No,
Or
he
was
tried
that
to call.
someone
He
else?
tried to contact Sahil at night, but then he didn't reply.
You have a good
okay.
night rest.
Yes. But just a quick rundown of what happened.
Just tell him to get the report from whoever you actually gave the report to.
Yes, you
Don't
can
have time.
get the report.
You hear the on the other side. You hear the sound of a door opening. Verity, you're not in the prison.
Yes, yes, I'm just letting you know that I'm in the high right now.
Uh-oh.
All right. All right.
I explained to you in detail, but at the moment But yeah, the Cadix is down, and you can get the report from Aram, Officer Aram, and I'll contact you again later. I'll be at the gatehouse.
The silence from the other end.
Justice Sire?
What was the last part?
I'll be heading to the gatehouse later.
Right, gatehouse. Right. See you there.
Are you alright, Justice Sire?
I hope I am. I hope you are.
You. Where were you last night?
Verity, I will see you at the gatehouse. Goodbye.
Alright. See you then, Justice Sire.
Okay. Then he closed off the channel. And then we head towards wherever the Adam go.
There's no sign of Adam. Like there's a little tray of like colorful beads and little leaves and all that.
Is there a trail? Is there a breadcrumb trail of colorful beads?
Yes, there is.
We found the breadcrumb trail of colorful beads.
Alara finishes her food first. Well, she's probably scarfing them down. She's like, nom 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 nom. And then follow the trail. Oh god, stop.
Okay, so you follow the trail. How's everyone moving?
By way of chaos, man.
Where Alara is asking Rose to lead the tracking, and then we will follow. Oh, she will follow her at the back, and then she looks to the back.
So you're traveling at Rose's speed.
Yes. Or Rose can stand on somebody's shoulder and point.
Tell me your arrangement.
Rose will hurry a bit.
Okay,
What
Rose.
do you guys
Just a bit.
tell Hayes?
To dog.
Alara is sort of like probably talking to Hayes now, like, does this happen often? Really? They keep chanting Kurok as if what is it? Do they
They
think
were chanting that yesterday as well. This one is not sure of what their customs are,
perhaps they
as it
think
does not seem to stay the same for very long.
that doesn't sound very promising. I think perhaps, as much as I dislike that boy, we should probably find him.
Very well.
What?
And then he will go look for look for Adam.
I hang back and now I talk to Verity and I go, is it okay that we borrow you to go look for our errant?
I like how this calm
Friend?
discussion is going on. So I take out you all standing still.
No, we're walking
No,
at the same
like
time.
if Rose is looking for, it's like trying to follow their trail outside.
Okay.
After this, Hayes would go and help her look.
Okay, this is what you notice. They are running from Alicia's pantry at H24 in the direction of the hive at H0, which is the Chaos Man's, their headquarters, as much as a headquarters can be considered. It's like a tangle of buildings making very little sense or rhyme or rhythm. It's
Okay.
a maze.
Can they be scaled, these buildings?
Many of them are unstable.
Oh, that is not good. All right, I guess we get started. Hayes will go with Rose first. Oh, mount.
Rose is going to move at a jogging pace, like not to hurry.
Lizard
not
mount,
to-
Rose. Lizard mount.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
Lizard
is
is
a-
going to be mount.
Okay, Hayes carries Rose.
Yay.
Verity will follow
Yep.
as fast as he can.
I'm keeping pace with Verity.
Okay. The trail is starting to get... Okay, Adam, for yourself, once you're picked up from the pantry, the next thing is just like a screaming swirl of colors and like loud laughter from the Chaos Man, and as some of them run along, some of them sort of like run along, do a little spin, run along backwards in the opposite direction. Some are zigzagging, some are cartwheeling occasionally.
Okay.
As they pick up the chant and run along. And people on the streets, you can see like some setting up, you can see like some butcher blocks, some people hauling out carts, some of them checking last night's damages, just looking in your direction and shrugging.
Oh god.
And up ahead, you can see what seems to be a maze of the hive. If you thought the buildings around in the hive ward were bad before, it looks like up ahead, whoever planned the ward didn't know the definition of straight lines. You just wind every direction, some end abruptly in blind, and some double around, and everything looks rickety and about to collapse. And it's into this hive and maze that the Chaos Men are bringing you. Also, the amount of items that they have been gifted onto you, tossed onto you, and so forth are like diminishing.
Okay, they're running out of things. All right.
Garnishings and all that are running out.
Okay.
Korok.
Do I see anyone behind me as I'm being carried? Like,
It's a bit hard to see from your angle.
all right, cool, no problem.
So what are you doing, Adam? Just being carried along.
I will. Oh god. Let's see. Yeah, I the things that I have on me, I would like to purposely drop a few every couple of feet,
No, but as in it's not being retained on you since it's a bumpy ride, but you're literally running out of things.
Oh, okay, I see. All right. Then
Crowd surf your way to victory.
Swim.
all right. I would like to. Do I see any solid concrete on either side of me, like a building?
There are buildings around you, but you wouldn't call them solid concrete.
Okay, shit. Okay, I don't want to cause damage to that. No, it's fine. I'll ride the wave and see how it goes. I was expecting this anyway. It's kind of like, well, I got myself into this, so I'm just gonna ride the wave and see where they take me.
Okay. Adam, you ride along. Okay, as to the others, I'll say to the others, the trail sort of ends at the trail of garnishings and all that ends at the entrance to the hive. The hive proper itself, not just the ward.
Rose, can you sense it?
sorry, I didn't get the last time. Is the end of what? Not just the word?
Okay, okay, the trail garnishings and all that ends at the entrance to the hive itself, H0, not the ward, the hive itself.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
the building, the hive.
Alright. So when we go in, what do we see? Is it
As in,
dark or so?
the streets are even worse here. They just zigzag
Oh,
around.
okay.
There seems to be like a constant breakdown and rebuilding of buildings on top of each other, and like the streets can literally change overnight in here.
Okay, since it's just been a few minutes, is there like markings on the ground where a very large number of people move towards the same area?
Let's just say like the ground's muddy. There's feet all around, but does Hunter's Mark give you any bonuses?
I think it gives me bonus for tracking.
Yeah, tracking the target. It does.
What sort of
tracking
bonus?
the target. Advantage to survival checks. I think.
Perception, duration. Yeah, advantage, perception, and survival to find it.
Okay, you need to make a survival check.
Where is my stat?
You have advantage, Rose.
Hayes will go to Verity. These buildings are unstable.
It's not net 20.
For a
Just be
greater
careful.
view, it must be you.
Okay, to Haze and Verity, you know that the hive itself is a place where buildings are, shuffled around a lot and all that. The Dabus pretty much have a lot of work here done. The Dabus are the ladies' handmaidens, somewhat floating, strange creatures that never talk except in strange materializing sigils. And like they can be constantly seen hammering away, cutting away razor vine or fixing things. In the hives, like you're not sure if it's their form of repairing it, but they seem to move the streets around quite a lot. Like closing off this alleyway, opening a new one, and so forth.
Oh, so like a lot of the razor vine actually come from the
No,
hive?
razor vine is everywhere.
Oh, okay. So they're just everywhere in hive, sort of?
Everywhere. Everywhere in Sigil.
In Dabus.
Dabus are the ladies' handmaidens. They are people/creature things.
Yeah. But are they more prominent in hive or just?
Not really more prominent, but as in their repair works in the hive are less obvious than like other wards. Other wards, if something's broken, they just fix it. In the hive, it's like they behave differently.
Okay. So we see a few of them around. Is it? All right.
You might like to know that one of the laws is that attacking a Dabus will get the personal attention of the lady.
Yeah. Okay. Verity will let you guys know about these creatures, these individuals.
Okay.
They are
Danke.
the handmaidens of the lady. Do not provoke or even attempt to injure them. You do not want to be in the lady's bad side.
It's good
Well,
that
I
we
guess
do
I
this.
can avoid that.
And Verity nods.
Where is Adam's direction?
Yeah, so I rolled a 20. What do I find?
Let me just link your image in Discord. This is what the
Okay.
Dabus looks like.
This girl.
Oh, they're scary. If you didn't tell me, I would have.
They do not speak.
That is
Or rather,
creepy
they're
as.
incapable of making noise.
That is creepy as fuck.
They just
so
hold
they-
up signs.
So
Okay.
they speak in hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Yes. The hieroglyphics can even materialize things. So if you're having an especially animated conversation, as far as these things can be animated, some of the hieroglyphics will fall off and materialize things.
Interesting.
That's really
Anyway.
cool.
Hayes was recommending that Verity take Rose and fly. How long can Verity fly?
Rose,
1 minute.
it takes
Okay,
some
that's not
effort,
enough.
but
Never mind.
you manage to like
It
look at the
takes time.
tracks and determine that from all the mud and all that to try and separate out which direction things were moving. The general direction of things moves further into the hive itself, which you
Alright.
follow along closely. And finally, you arrive to a place where it seems like at some point, maybe this was At some point, maybe this was an inn of some kind, some attempt at establishing a legal business in this place. Now the courtyards are just twisted and overgrown. There's multiple tents pitched around here. The windows from the broken complex are wide open. And you can see various chaos men of all kinds, all sorts of dresses just here. And in front of them, can see them, they are ringing an individual, which appears to be Adam. Go rock, go rock, go rock. And others are waving from a complex around you. Think of it as a square courtyard.
Do we see Fira?
Yeah, where is Fira?
You don't see Fira. Maybe she got lost
Maybe
along
she
the way
got
or
lost
something.
in the freaking maze. Oh
So
no.
we can see the chaos man, right?
Yes.
Okay, Bertie's just gonna
Go
approach
rock.
him, approach them.
Bruce is gonna follow behind her, but she's not gonna make any other move. Can she make out Adam being tossed around in her midst?
Korok! They some of the chaos men break off and run towards Verity.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh no.
Okay. Verity, some of them just do a little weird dance around you. Some of them prod at your harmonium symbol. Others tap the head slightly. Hard, soft, leather, hard, soft, leather.
okay, so Adam is released, right?
Adam is sort of standing in the middle of them now.
Yep.
Adam, you are approached
Yes.
by okay, I don't have a picture for this at the moment, but you
It's
are
okay.
approached.
Describe him to me.
You're approached by a slightly lean, but a slightly lean and scrawny, slightly bent over man with a
Okay.
yellowish skin, a sallow face, and features too elongate to be either a man or an elf.
Okay.
There's a sort of wizened, far-off look around him.
Okay.
But unlike the Chaos Man dancing on around this, he seems like a simple oasis of clarity and certainty.
Oh, thank God. I look at him
Holds up
as
a little staff and
Okay.
taps on you. Not
hi.
Kurok.
Yeah, I'm not Kurok. I'm one of his disciples, his friends. Hi, my name's Adam Pyros. I'm from Turukmal, the same place Kurok is from. I hold out my hand for a
He
handshake.
blinks slightly and puts the staff in your hand. It's a
I
bit.
sh-
It's it's a staff that. Well, now that you look at it more closely, it looks like someone pried the lever off something.
So it used to be a lever. Okay, cool. I shake it.
But I said he puts the staff in your hands.
Yeah, exactly. So I would shake it like a regular handshake.
He's giving it to
You
you.
wave it around.
Oh, he puts it in
Yeah,
my
he
hand
gives
and
it
he
to
lets
you.
go.
Yeah. The Chaos Men sort of look around you.
Okay. Okay, so I take it. I thought he was still holding on, sorry. So I take it. I look around and I want to see how they react when I kind of just lift it into the air really fast.
They make various noises. Some are chattering away. Some are dancing back. Some are cartwheeling away again.
Okay.
Verity will go towards Adam and the old man. Is it old man?
It's an old man. It's a slightly hunched over man. Old. elongated face.
Cordysphere.
Who?
Cordysphere?
Who is saying what?
Are they chanting that?
So the guy's name must be Cordysphere. Cordysphere?
Cordysphere?
How do you spell that?
Verity,
Yep.
you recognize the strange man bent over as one of the Gitzerai. The Gitzerai are a very common race in Sigil, known as just the people of the Gith, who have traveled far and wide, and they are well known for Yeah, some of them are well known for their mastery of the mental psyche, and others are known to have a terrible influence
Excuse me.
against the mind flayers and illithids.
Yeah, because there are two types of giths, right? So this is the other one.
You
There are
can
two
only-
races of giths.
This one in particular, this Gitzerai, is not only has a strange amount of appearance to himself in the middle of this,
Mhm.
but you recognize him. Well, the harmonium training teaches you to recognize him
Mhm.
as Fractal Karan of the Chaotisex. As much as they have a Fractal, when he wants to be, when he feels like it.
Okay. Verity is going to do a little bow. Things like
Factor Karen, what would you?
It turns around to look at you. Oh, harmonium. Are you having fun?
Verity looks around.
They seem to have fun. Do you have anything you would like to speak to Adam here? Or what do you intend to do with him?
He puts up a little finger of his mouth, steps over. Well, your helm is down, right?
No,
Is your helm up or down?
he's up. He has been wearing helmet since the beginning.
So I mean, your visor is down. Sorry.
He's down. Yeah.
Okay. He sticks 3 grapes in between your visor.
Grapes.
Yes.
Verity is blind now.
Verity, we're just gonna take away the grapes.
And then he heads over to Alara. Are you having fun?
Yes. I guess.
He nods and puts a wine glass into your hands.
My brows are furrowed right now because there's a wine glass in my hand.
He heads over to Rose. Are you having fun?
She nods. You guys are always this
Looks at
rowdy
you
this
and
morning.
he puts a little bowl into your hands.
Is there anything in the bowl?
Well, it's surprisingly clean, all things considered, where it came from and around you.
She tries to sniff it. Does it smell of anything?
Oh god. Why would you sniff it?
Smells slightly of soap.
Okay, it's clean. It's fine. She'll hold on to it.
And then he returns back to Adam. Not Kurok.
Yes, not Kurok. How can I help you?
He lifts his hands and like makes a little prodding motion.
Okay. Can I sense if he's casting magic or something?
As in, he seems to be like lifting his hands up in a
Okay.
way in the way that suggests prompting to speak.
Okay.
And then he sits down in front of you. And the others sort of sit down also expectantly.
Alright.
Well, they sit down as they do, which means some of them fall over backwards, some of them fall over forwards, some just tumble over.
Alright, cool. I kind of face the crowd of tumbled over / sat down people. And I just go, your champion Kurok is no more. I am his descendant. I am his new champion.
Game
So-
same, game blame?
No. You will not address me as Kurok. That would only throw dirt in his name. You can call me Adam.
Rose goes like, woo, clap, clap.
Adam, 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 Adam.
Oh god.
What? Like
I wave the lever
the
staff
gits-
stick in
the
the air.
gits- okay, they wave and they start dancing around you again in the erratic fashion. And some of them are showering you again with you have no idea where they get these things from.
Oh god.
And then
Looks like we don't have to worry about him anymore.
the leader of them steps up, like sort of bows in a weird crooked fashion, and walks off into the building.
I bow to him back during his bow, and I let him walk away.
And then he emerges not long after.
Oh, what is he holding? Is he holding anything?
Ah,
What?
Newt!
Dude, what are you doing here? Come here. And I go over to
The
Newt.
leader gets the right, sort of walks forward to him.
Uh-huh.
Adam, and puts Newt onto your hands,
Okay.
taking his staff back.
All right. Yeah. Take the staff back. And
Wind
hold.
thing, night flight, turvy scurvy dog slog. You dig?
I dig.
Adam, Adam, and they start chanting up again.
Okay. I look at Newt. How big is he now? Is he the same size as when I went to sleep?
Slightly larger.
Okay, cool. All right. So his tail's probably gonna lean out of my scarf, but I put him back in my scarf. It's probably a little bigger
When your
now.
scarf, the tail sort of slapping onto your face.
Yeah, it's alright.
Are you sure you want to let the tail be slapping on your face?
Okay, probably not. You're
If
right.
Newt's tail wax, you'll be like wipers on yours.
I readjust my scarf into a sash on my back, and then I put him inside there. So he's like a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yep. He's right there. He's behind my head now, in a small little bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. We'll get you some food. Oh, I feed him the extra portion of food that Alicia gave me. I just put all of the food inside the hoodie that I made with my scarf. All
What are
right.
the others doing? Verity, you're holding 3 grapes.
I guess he's gonna keep the 3 grades. I don't know.
What is going on?
Please will ask
Like,
Alara where
does
her
the
other
factor
companion
wants
is.
it back?
Alara, you're holding empty wine glass.
How
give
far
it
how
to
far away from Adam and Verity am I?
I'll say you're 10 feet away from everything.
Is there enough
Everyone
space
is
for
10 feet
me?
away from everything.
Can I make my way towards Verity and ask him if he wants
I
to?
mean, you've walked across dormitories of sleeping soldiers before, so this is a bit of a challenge, but you don't need to roll anything.
Okay, so I make my way to Verity and I look at him and I look at the wine glass and I'm like, do you want to put the grapes in the wine glass?
Well,
Are they all just scattered right now? The Chaos Men, are they just sitting down?
I'll say this is while they are doing their Adam thing.
Oh, okay.
Verity says, well, the Chaos Man does the strange things.
Usually, does the Factor give out random stuff like this, or is it the first time?
He's sometimes the facto, he's sometimes not the facto.
Ah.
Is this normal?
Do they usually take it back, or they just give you and just go away? Usually.
Verity, you're attempting to put a pattern to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, Verity will say,
Well, you can keep it first. Usually they don't take it back, but if they do, then you can return it back to them. But they just give you random things.
Yes.
sometimes.
What's Rose doing?
Can Rose give the bowl to one of the nearby sound stack?
Well, the nearest one is sort of either prostrating or doing push-ups. You can't tell. So do you just put it in front of him?
Yeah, you just need to go like, hey,
Put
hey,
it on
this
his
is for
head
you.
like a hat, without even saying anything.
Yeah. Or if he doesn't respond, I'll do that.
All right, you put it on his head like a hat.
Yep, the one that is doing push-ups. It's like, yeah, you go,
And he
man.
falls flat face first and stops moving.
You've killed him.
Hey, that's
only
how we work,
weakness.
man.
What do you do?
Is he dead?
Uh,
It's like, hey.
you're not sure. What is Hayes doing?
Hayes was going to ask the nearest arc person where their other companion is.
Who is the nearest to Hayes?
Rose.
Rose walked off to put the
Okay.
hole on the guy, so probably Alara.
Okay.
This
I'm
one
near
notices
Verity
your
though.
Other companion is
Okay, Hayes, in the
Telephone.
case you approach Rose.
okay. I'll ask
Are you-
Rose then.
Are you talking about Adam?
No, the other one, the
Uh,
female.
I have no idea. I've not been paying attention to her since last night. Is she around? Can Rose try to look around if she's somewhere nearby? To see where there's Adam, there's Vera.
You look around, you don't see Fira around here.
Okay, I'm gonna try to call out Vera.
The hive is a maze. That one could have lost herself.
You call
Well,
out Fira, and some of the Chaos Men pick up as well. Fira, while others are still going Adam.
What does Adam do?
Yeah, can I hear the Fira chants?
Yes.
I look around and I don't see Fira.
No, you don't.
And then do you call out Vera? And then they'll all
The
shout
leader of the
Vera.
faction sort of steps away from you now that you've got your nude bag arranged in the hoodie,
Okay.
and he begins to trot away with his staff.
All right. I give him a bow as he trots away, and then I go back to my group, my party, my friends, my homies.
Verity is gonna give the 3 grapes to Newt. If Adam allows it.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna turn around. He's on my back now, so you don't have to look at my
Right.
face to do it.
The newt, the newt is making a meal of like some oily bacon and stuff, and like its little paws, where it holds onto Adams are leaving smudges.
But yeah, Verity gives the 3 grapes to Newt and says,
You love, little guy.
It munches on the grape.
He says thanks.
then Verity says,
Well, that was quite an adventure. Well, it seems every time spending with you, it's just full of adventures, huh? And then Verity
Adam!
walks.
I look
you look
towards the
around,
source of the voice.
towards like further back from where you came. Fira comes into view. Her long bow is drawn and there's an arrow notch on it, and she has like pure murder on her face with the fury of a blazing sun behind her in the background, and she's stepping forward.
Oh god, I put my hands up and I'm like, stop! I wave it. I'm like, no, we're fine, we're good. No murder. Bow down. Fira, stop! I'm just yelling that. I'm like, Fira, stop! Whoa, hold up!
And then
Relax.
suddenly, all of the Chaos Men get up and run after where their fractal disappeared to.
What the
It's like all of them just get up and
they just like rustle.
yes.
Is there danger?
Oh, you scared them, Vera.
How
Huh.
far is
I
Firo
hope
away?
so.
The Chaos Man is interesting bunch.
Is there
Vera's
anyone
picking
else
up.
besides Vera coming in?
Adam,
Yes.
next time I'm just going to start shooting.
Uh-oh.
That's
yeah,
a-
I'll do that
That's
too.
that's a fair. That's fair. I'll give you that much. I just didn't want them to bother anyone in the pantry. Sorry.
Wait, how did you get back? And she looks at Newt.
I have no idea how that old man has Newt. It's I don't understand this place, Fira. Even for my highly skilled intellect, I cannot fathom.
She shrugs.
That just like a low-key humble brag. Not really humble, but what?
What does everyone do in the meantime?
I will be heading to the guest house. The investigation is progressing, so if you want to, you can go back to the pantry. I'll be heading to the guest house.
Okay.
Well,
And then, as this is going on, there's a voice calling out from the other side. Murder? I hope there's no murder going on today.
is it Sael?
No.
A slightly older-looking man steps in, hair slightly graying to white, human, dressed in like chainmail.
Do any of us
Yes.
recognize him?
Verity, you know this person very well indeed.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I don't understand. Who is this man? Who is this man?
He's
this guy?
gonna immediately salute.
Verity salutes immediately.
Does Hayes also salute? Who's this?
This is our Vector, Hayes.
Okay.
Hayes
When
also
Rosie-
stands at attention.
Yeah, when Rose sees them do that, she's going to stand straight.
Yep.
A stand at attention.
Yeah.
The older man looks at Rose and, you're not one of the members, are you? No need to stand at attention.
That's all right, sir. I'm sure you deserve this attention. Respect. I'm sorry.
I was about to pay a visit to Alicia's pantry, but I heard there was a bit of a detour.
Oh dear.
So, he looks around him and shrugs. He pulls up like something from the debris of the Chaos Man leaving behind. Something that manages to pass for a chair. Everyone, please have a sit.
Hayes shall approach
Verity
after
will
everyone else does.
get a seat, I guess. Yes.
Is there chairs?
How
On
many
the
chairs
floor?
are there?
On the floor.
Or
Yeah,
chair-looking
Rose
things?
is going to sit on the ground. And look at Adam. Adam, are you sitting?
I'm gonna cast Mold Earth to make like a long earth bench.
Okay.
Yeah. So that all of us can sit in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah. I can do that.
Oh, you
Cute.
can make things.
Yeah, because I can make shapes with dirt or stone. I'm gonna make like a bench shape. Yeah.
The Fractal Sarin, turn his head a bit to the side when you move your hand to start chanting, but he lets you continue when Earth Bench is finished, he nods. That is quite useful.
Thank you. I'm
So-
a connoisseur of farming.
So
see.
you all have spent some time with the harmonium now, I presume.
You presume correct.
Yes, sir. From the moment we arrived.
Verity, I heard about last night's news from Aram, and I would like to personally verify the report,
Yes, I'll be.
including the deeds of. If I'm to believe the report, all of you.
Yes, I will gladly recount everything. And
Firas does not sit, but she stands behind Adam, sort of like gripping his shoulders. What does this mean?
It's all right. I whisper back to her. I'm like, it's all right. Let's just listen to what he has to say.
So, do I do a summary or do I speak?
Speak.
Okay.
Yesterday after I left them there in the Alicia pantry, and when I met the gnome, I was ported to where they were, and we fought
What
the
gnome?
peasants. There was a strange gnome that I met in the prison. He has portal key within sigil.
A portal key. Well, you are aware that the laws are restrictive on keys, but do take note of those who actually claim or do create or destroy portals.
Yes,
Carry on.
when I arrived, they were facing the Cadix. It is not a myth. From what I see, as we are fighting in close distance, it is a fiend and a construct at the same time.
That
Um,
confirms earlier reports. Carry on.
and the outsiders did really well. Lady Rose here, she is very skilled in range offense. And then Verity looks at
Do
Rose.
tell us. Sarin turns a kindly looking face to you, nodding.
Yes, well, I am good with my bow. And I'm still learning about portals, but yes.
What was the last part?
She says that I'm good with portals, but I'm still learning.
Nods and looks to Alara.
And Verity continues, this is Lady Alara. She is a very skilled cleric. She helped patch us all up when we needed it most. And apparently she has very good weapon, or she's very skilled in lightning of sorts.
That is a fine enchanted item you have there.
Yeah. What can
You all seem a bit lost.
Well,
I'm Factal Sarin of the Harmonium.
it's a
Technically
pleasure.
speaking, I'm the conductor. But formalities aside, I like just being known as the person who keeps things in order.
Duly noted.
How may we address you, sir?
Factal Sarin will do.
Thank you, Factor. Sorry.
And that one just conjured this bench for us is Adam. So Adam, he is, well, he has very special skill. He can turn
Do
into
speak for yourself, sir.
a dragonborn.
Do speak for yourself, sir.
Oh, hi. And I stand up, like my hand, and I gesture my hand out. Hi, I'm Adam Pyros. I'm from Turukmal, and from what I gather, you guys call us as like, I don't know, prime material people.
Well, the official term is primes for prime material, though in the slang of Sigil, sometimes you're also known as clueless.
We are very clueless. That's fair.
Berks means fools, but that tends to apply to most people that they disagree with.
Okay. I've been called that many a time in my days here.
Have you been called anything else?
Berks. Nope. Not that I wrote it down. No, I do believe I have, but I just can't remember at the moment. Nice to meet you, Factal Sarin.
He nods.
Oh, he doesn't shake my hand, or I'll just pull it away.
Sigil does not quite have a custom of handshaking.
Well, it's my own personal friendly gesture. It's all right. I respect your customs.
Cultures are difficult to interpret sometimes, and the fiendish ones tend to interpret handshakes very wildly.
I'll keep that in mind when I meet a couple of fiendish people. Again, it's nice to meet you. I sit back down.
Pleasure.
And there is one more. This is Fira. Lady Fira.
Fira steps forward a bit uncertainly. She just nods and bows.
She is also very skilled in ranged offense.
Fira says, same thing as her. She indicates Rose. He nods back. I see. Where is this Turok now, by the way?
It's a place. It's a lovely place to live. I don't know how you guys would know it, but have you ever heard of a place called Ark?
He pauses for a bit. The name Turok Mal rang a small bell. Ark.
Not so much.
He thinks a bit. It rings a different bell. You were with the ship.
The one, the very one and the same. Yes.
There's a flicker across his face, and like the smile seems to diminish a bit. How familiar are you with the captain?
Not at all.
He's a revered person in our world, but he's from elsewhere.
In fact, when I got the ship and I told him I wanted to be on the crow's nest, he told me I was incompetent and a fool. So I don't think our relationship is all that good.
He closes his eyes and puts his fingers in front of his chest for a bit. Verity, you know this is something that Fractal Sarin sometimes does when he tries to recompose himself.
Ah, okay. Verity will keep quiet.
Rose tries to say we are awfully sorry for the damage, but this is the first time our people have tried to plan a travel and something went very wrong. It is not our intention to crash at all.
The captain has assumed full responsibility. Be less worried on your part. Be more concerned of who you might have been traveling with.
Why do you say that?
The captain is currently in the custody of the Mercy Killers, which is just as well for him. The harmonium does not look very fondly on those who turn stag.
Wait, what does that mean?
You guys don't understand, but Verity knows.
Yeah, okay.
those
Rose
are-
a little confused, like, am I supposed to understand that English?
Verity
That
says,
English? Are you speaking in common, sir?
Verity, would you like to explain?
yes, Verity explains that
It is those who left the faction.
Are
Left.
you saying that he was a mercy killer?
Or a harmonium?
Harmonium, we are quite different, I assure you. He crosses his fingers over his chest again. The law works in a triad within Sigil. The Mercy Killers handle justice. We do the arrests, and the governors set the laws.
I
And
see.
and I find myself drawn back to this conversation again. But, well, to enlighten you a bit on the harmonium, Verity, have you given them the talk yet?
what does he mean by the talk?
I pull out Verity's
what the
pamphlet.
What the harmonium is?
Oh yeah, he did explain.
Yeah, I pull out Verity's pamphlet. Like, and I wave it in
Verity
the air.
nods and say,
Yes, I did.
Did you give them the textbook definition or your own?
I gave both. But the official, the first time introduction, yes, it's the textbook explanation, sir.
Sarin is looking at the rest of you, trying to gauge your expressions. How do you look?
Rose looks normal, serious.
Adam looks happy. He's just waving the pamphlet at Sarin like, see, he did. He's in a good mood. He has Newt back.
Alara's just watching. She has no change in her facial expression.
May I ask, to what purpose and ends did you find yourself facing the Kardix? I understand that sometimes primes come and think of it as a whole sightseeing tour or challenge to face down one of the creatures of the unknown, and some even come close to succeeding. What is your story?
Do you want the full version?
One of us were in trouble, and we just simply wanted to make sure he did not die.
Yes, and we were also trying to protect Alicia's pantry as it was dragged there because of our men.
And everybody speaks up.
There is the champion from Turukmal, called Kurok, that gravely wounded the Kardix.
Ah, the Kardix, the Chaos Men have been chanting that all morning, I hear.
Yes, he is incredibly strong, sir.
Interesting. He's still at the pantry.
Yes.
I'll have to pay him a visit later, convey my thanks.
He is currently blinded after the fight with the Kardix and terribly injured, sir.
That he is alive at all is quite a testament to his fortitude, I would say. I'll see what can be done.
Yes. I'm not sure if we could request regenerating his eyes.
I'll see what we can do.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's mighty
As for the
kind of
rest of you, have you considered what you might do next? You've made quite the stir in the hive already, and word is getting out by mouth to other factions even. I hear the whispers across the lower and upper wards.
If I may, we're not quite sure what the convention is over here. Honestly, I'm looking at the safety and efficacy of my people. We have no work, we have no place to stay, which was why we stayed over at Alicia's pantry yesterday.
You have not signed on with any factions, have you?
One of us has, with yours.
Not that we know of.
Ah,
But I do not believe our plans to stay here is for long.
I see. Well then, as I've already explained, the law works the try in the city. Stick to the laws. Be decent people. Don't dig too deeply into certain matters of others. Sigil is a place where sometimes people come to for relaxation. Strange as it might seem. Above all, respect others.
I have a request, if I may ask of you, Tactile Sarin.
Well, let's hear it then.
Well, Mr.
Rose
Verity
looks
and his
anxious.
friend here have been very kind to us. And where I'm from, I tend to like to repay or return the favor. He's been telling me that he doesn't need my or our help for his investigation. Could we have special permission from you to help him?
First of all, what do you understand of this investigation?
That, and I make my hand into two circles and put it over my eyes, that these get eaten somehow, and they turn into abominations of some kind. That's as far as I know.
You have been personally involved?
I fought one. Or I've been with someone who fought one, and I look back at Fira.
Fira nods, and like she sort of squeezes your shoulder a bit.
Put my hand on her hand.
Well, what I can say is, as the Harmonium and a member thereof, we strive for peace across the multiverse. For all. Yes, all. Does that sound like something you might subscribe to?
Huh.
Yes, indeed. She pokes Adam.
Well, I come from a very different land, sir. And I would love to keep the peace, but I don't think I would abide to the teachings of your tribe, is all I'm saying.
Alara? Miss Alara?
I've yet to see more of it, so I will hold my consensus until later.
All answers are equally fine. Entering a faction or even signing up is a great commitment, one that I appreciate everyone gives full thought to. As the Harmonium, we fight for multiversal peace. And as of last night, from what I understand, you fought for the safety of a companion and for the safety of a woman's pantry in which you were merely housed a night. I believe you have an admirable attitude to this, and we might see more from you. In the meantime, Verity, do you have any idea how they might help with the investigation?
Yes.
Hang on, Jan seems to have a problem.
With her internet, it pooped.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, okay, you're
Which is the
right.
last thing you remember?
I only heard as Harmonium we fight for multiversal peace, and I don't get anything after that. But never mind, I'll watch the recording.
As the Harmonium, we fight for multiversal peace for all.
Mm-hmm.
And we think of this as a serious commitment, one that we'd like everyone to be clear about.
Okay, all right.
We believe you have the right direction, given what you fought for last night and where you stand today.
Okay, okay.
But Verity, how do you think they might assist you in this?
Investigation.
Well, according to Officer Aram's report, the undead is resistant or maybe even immune to light. So perhaps my usual way of doing it might not be effective. If they would like to join and help with the investigation, I think it would help. If we ever have to face these radiant undead or lack thereof.
Yes. Aram did not have much time for reading, but he passed me this. He reaches into like his cloak and takes out a book of some kind, which he shows to Verity. On it, written in large bold letters, is "On the Purity of the Soul, a treatise by Nevar Strathford." Nevar Strathford is a governor of the Fraternity of Order, but he's based in Mechanus, The writing is very dry, but interestingly, some acknowledgements were given to the Mercikiller Factal Marlin for permission of research and proofreading, as well as, well, some Harmonium members of our own who are outstation, and I am not able to recall them at the moment. You might find this to be of some use.
Thank you very much, sir.
And then Verity takes the book.
So, there's someone out there who wants to burn for purity.
Purity is a common topic in most places. In fact, Verity, I do have to ask, what prompted you to come to the Hive to help the homeless and orphans? I understand that the Bleakers already handle most of it.
The people in the Hive, I think they need hope. And they need change in their lives.
What sort of hope and what sort of change?
Verity looks at Fatasarin.
Well, first thing, I think they'll need to learn to understand each other's differences and improve on their lives. Right now, in the Hive, I just feel like it's not very good for people who wants to.
And then Verity stops.
Well, from what I understand from what the Bleakers say, most people in the Hive tend to want jink and food, or food and jink.
I would like to think that they would like some peace as well.
Me too, Verity. Have you tried recruiting?
I've tried, and well, I've tried to give hope to the small ones, but whatever they become in the future, it's really up to them.
Oh, it seems. And yet, as of last night, I'd say you have made a huge splash in the Hive. Kardix, really. That's quite something. Don't downplay your accomplishment there.
It is with everyone's assistance.
Oh no! Don't listen to him. He did most of the heavy lifting with his.
Like I say,
partner
don't
over there.
downplay your work in this. If you want to give hope to others, that's a good starting point.
Verity nods and says, I will remember that, sir.
Factal Sarin. How many of this Cadix thing are there?
Interesting question. Do you believe there's more than one?
Well, whoever made them or created them or whatever, surely they would have a backup. A weapon of that stature, surely.
Our understanding was that the fiends left it behind because they couldn't control it. But I suppose it'll be just like fiends to claim that so that they could absolve themselves. Still, Aram's report states that there was no remains of the creature.
And then Verity like something.
Actually, Alicia did say that she buried one of the remains that Kurok brought with him.
She did. Where is it now?
But you have to ask her where she buried it personally.
And where are you headed to now, Officer Verity?
I'm heading towards the gatehouse to continue with the investigation. It seems that there are some talks of darkness coming from the gatehouse.
Well, I was headed to the pantry anyway. All right then. He gets up, stretching himself. I think it's a good way to start moving. Is that all?
Yes, that is all, sir.
He nods. Good fortune, Verity.
Good fortune to you as well, Factor Sarin.
He gets up, gives you all a nod, and starts leaving.
Rose gets up and gives a slight bow in respect.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Verity is just gonna do the salute. Attention.
Nice meeting you.
I nod
Goodbye.
back as well. Then I go to Verity and I'm like, he seems quite angry about the ship's captain being turncoat.
Verity turns to you and say,
Well, in Harmony, we do not take kindly to people who leave or just abandon the faction.
That's interesting. What?
He's seen us betraying the family or like the brotherhood.
Ah. Right. Shall we move on to?
Yes,
Where are you going?
we could get a carriage, and that'll save us some time getting to the gatehouse. Do you have any other plans before we head there?
No, not at all.
Everything's so far away here.
A carriage, you can't get one carriage. You can't get a carriage from the hive.
We have
From
to
the inside
Then we
of
have
this
to walk.
maze.
if we walk right here to gatehouse, is about how long
From there to the gatehouse is about 2 hours.
of walking?
Everything
We
is
need a
2 hours
carriage,
away.
but we can get out of the hive and then get a carriage, right?
Yep. Can we?
Into the hive, would it go back into the hive?
If you get out of the hive, it'll take you an hour. Then maybe you can get there in half with a carriage.
That's counterintuitive, counterproductive.
I know. It's a bit.
It's alright. We can walk there.
Okay, we walk there.
Yeah.
I feed Newt some rations and let him sit on my head for some fresh air while we walk.
Newt is still eating the one grape.
Oh wow! All right. Then I just put him on my head so he gets some fresh air.
Where is the gatehouse?
It's
He's
above,
up
right
there.
above.
Oh, there it
It's-
is.
It's
up
where
there.
me and Fira had the first fight.
Okay,
It shouldn't be so far, is it?
Adam, you put Newt on your head. It's a bit heavy and takes a bit of a balancing act. It's a bit like having a water balloon on top.
All right. Cool.
At this point, Fira says, "Okay, Adam, we
What's
need
up?
to talk.
Sure. Talk to me.
Are we still keeping that, really?"
Well, I mean, look at him. I take him off my head and I put him in front of her face.
Fira goes, "Meh." Adam, I'm waiting to see if there's something else, but so far all it does is eat our food.
Yeah, and that's what a pet's for, right? He provides you emotional comfort and you feed him food,
Adam, in Turokma, we don't have pets.
which is why I'm having one now because I couldn't before.
Pets.
Relax, Fira. We have to.
Adam, you're going to feed it a whole bunch of rations.
To be fair, I was about to throw him into the bunch of rations. What he did with it was his own decision.
Adam, that food, all the meat, sausages, and all that.
Uh-huh.
I think that was I think that was for the whole expedition. Well, for the whole Turokma anyway. Those of us on board.
I'm pretty sure it's not just for all of Turokma. I'm pretty sure it's for everybody. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Look, if it makes you feel better, Newt's food supply is gonna come from me. So if anybody's gonna have less food, it's gonna be me. So you don't need to worry about me stealing anybody's food to feed him. All right. And plus, look, he looks like a water balloon on my head. I put him back on my head.
Fira reaches out for Newt.
I let her take him.
Then she grabs it and shakes Newt. What are you doing to his head?
I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! I hold her wrist to stop her from shaking him, and I take Newt away. I'm like, he's not doing anything. Relax, relax. Is she like super stressed out or something? Can I tell?
I don't understand why we're keeping this.
Look,
Can someone else explain?
it's. I put him in my scarf, backpack hoodie.
Just leave him alone, Kira. As long as the food is safe.
Is this thing going to attract more of those crazy people to come and steal you away?
I hope not. But I'll be fine for now. Besides, if I'm not, you're always there to look after me, right?
Fira turns to Verity. You all tried to find out what it was. What is it?
It is a celestial and fiend creature.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, it will keep eating and it will keep growing. That's what we found out in the Emporium.
Everything eats and grows.
But, well, so far I haven't seen it getting any smaller. It just keeps getting bigger. So I have a concern that it might one day be too large.
And then he actually Verity this time he turns to Adam.
Have you ever considered if it becomes large enough to eat you, what would you do?
Well, he can try. He can certainly try. There's a
And
lot
would
bigger
you let it?
things.
Because you seem to be very fond of the creature.
Let's just put it this way. There's a lot of things back in my homeland that are a lot larger that have tried to eat me and have failed.
Yes,
Perhaps-
but if that time comes, would you kill Newt?
Probably not.
Alasa would kill him.
Perhaps the better
Probably.
question would be, if we know it might not eat you, but it might eat everyone else.
Oh, there you go. That is a tough question. But look at him. He won't eat. You won't eat everyone else, right, Newt? Meh. See, it's harmless. Relax, guys.
Fira like starts. She's like, it keeps making that noise.
I think it's a pretty cute noise.
And then Verity gives you a serious look. I mean, not that you can see into his helmet.
The helmet glows
He's gonna
orange.
say,
Once it gets out of control, I think we'll have to find a way to put it in a safer place.
I
Maybe
mean-
a plane that it should belong to.
I mean, your horse could use a buddy in the stables, right?
No, I mean a plane that is suitable for it. A damn
What?
plane.
Well, how about we cross that bridge when we get there, yeah? Because I don't think he's gonna grow that big that fast.
If you keep
I'm just
feeding
letting
him,
you
he
know.
might.
This is for the future that we agree upon that once it gets out of control, we'll have to put it where it belongs.
Well, we don't even know where it belongs. What?
Definitely not in Sigil.
Well, we definitely don't belong in Sigil, and we're here. Sigil has never turned people away. Sigil is a place for everybody. Didn't you say that?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, somebody said that then, because I remember that.
Some creatures get turned away. Those that cannot coexist.
I'm just letting you know before it goes out of control because I cannot always be there to help.
All right, I'll make you a deal. If he goes out of control, that bad's on me, and then like I will personally get rid of him. Okay?
All right.
There you
I'll
go.
have your word.
But until then, woo, I toss him up in the air and catch him.
And
Does
Verity
he need
will...
a strength check?
Alara, after
He's a
he
water balloon. He's not that big yet. Come on.
after he says that bold thing that he says, Alara looks at him and goes, "You better remember all the promises that you're making, Adam. It's very important that you do."
I take my notebook and I write it down. I don't need to remember when it's written down.
And if that book catches fire,
Then so do the promises.
I don't think it works that way, Adam. Remember it.
I
Rose
read my book every day. Don't worry. I remember.
Rose is gonna look at Fira and say, "How do you put up with this?
I don't know.
What do you even see in him?"
Rose, you may make an insight check.
Lol.
Hey!
What?
Do it.
I hope you
More often.
fail. I hope you fail, Rose.
If I, damn it, I was gonna help.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to give me blessing?
I don't know if I can
She
bless.
just sticks her hand, stomps her foot, looking away.
Fine. I'm gonna ask this again next time. Oh well.
And to the gatehouse we go. We...
All right.
Oh, I'm so satisfied
Away
with
on,
Rose
with
fail.
everyone away from the dramatic teenagers. All right. The gatehouse itself. The gatehouse is a strangely shaped building like a tower that sprouted 3 wings at impossible angles. It is known to serve as an orphanage, insane asylum, and hospice for the barmies and swords of the hive. Anyone can seek to get themselves admitted, whether for the night or until they get better or old enough, depending on their condition. And at this time of the day in the morning, there's already lines in front of people seeking either treatment or stay. How do you wish to proceed?
Usually when I come here, when Verity comes here, how does he go about finding Bleaker Leandra?
Okay, this one is as a harmonium, you can sort of skip the queue to like talk to someone in front.
Okay. Is there a long queue? In
Oh
the
yes, there's always a
morning?
long queue.
Oh, okay.
It's like quite a few of them look slightly diseased, some side patched, malnourished, filthy, tattered.
Oh no.
Next, please. Yes, can we help you, officer?
What do I call bleakers? Do we just... I don't know.
Bleakers is correct.
Yeah, it's like...
All right. I would like to speak to Bleaker Leandra about some of the incident that happened recently.
Bleaker Leandra, let me check. You must be Verity, Officer Verity.
Yes, I am.
Well, unfortunately, Leandra is currently at the Weary Spirit Inn. That's H35 on the map. Leandra, as having her skills as she does, sometimes assists at the Weary Spirit Inn. For perspective.
Is it an infirmary? It's not an inn, right?
H35?
It's not an inn. In fact, it looks a bit more like a prison. So within the hive itself, a sick or busted up person has a few choices if he wants to get better. He can like pull out money and hope something works. Or he can like head over to the infirmary, the hive's free hospital. It's a bit where there's no magical healing offered here since the chief of the place is known as Ritnir Tetch. He's a He's qualified as a certified inerts tinkerer and a bleaker. He's a surgeon. He has overseen treatment for dozens of people every month. But he's not the most passionate or sympathetic individual.
So he does it out of
Curiosity.
curiosity.
Partly curiosity, partly because, like, you know, being a bleaker, it's like we do what we do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So shunning magical healing in favor of experimental surgery. So the staff isn't the most well trained, and if a patient dies on the table, like, well, they move on to the next one. So you have like treatments like bleeding, amputation, bone straightening, and so on and so forth.
Oh god.
So basically, you go there, you risk dying.
Yes,
sort of.
because it's free.
All right. So there are still success cases, right?
Oh yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Leandra sometimes comes here because she can get the psychology of the patients and such. Although the bleaker in charge just asked you now, like, would you prefer to see someone else?
Is there anyone else that Verity could have known in this place?
Well, she says, well, Karen is not working at the Cold Bowl today. She's in the gatehouse.
Verity asks,
Do you think that Karen would know about the recent incident?
Well, if she's willing to bring you into the asylum section, she knows her way around enough. You know the usual rules, however. Don't go prodding and poking.
Yes, I understand. All right, I'll speak with Karen.
And are the primes with you also aware of the rules and regulations?
No, they have not been briefed yet.
I see.
then Verity will tell you guys about not touching or prodding at things that you shouldn't be in the asylum.
Pretty much don't touch anything.
Like mute.
And do not speak to the patients, please. This is an important part.
Yes, do not
Do
speak.
not interact with anyone.
Oh.
You may speak to the bleakers who are operating, but not the ones in the cells.
And then Verity asks you all,
Do you understand that? This is important.
I guess so.
Hayes watches Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
He's just looking around, inspecting the place.
Adam, no touchy.
Verity will ask,
Did you hear that, Adam?
Especially if they talk to you first.
Don't touch, don't talk. Something about also not touching. Yes, I do believe I have everything.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the view is all.
All right.
and then Verity looks at Alara and Rose and Fira.
Alara nods.
Yeah, Rose nods affirmative.
This is not usually the place that I bring people into, but since you all have agreed to help with the investigation, let's go.
Also, please keep talk of what you see inside to a minimum. It is for the purpose of treatment.
Of course.
All right.
Music. The doors open, and you're admitted into a place that's the floors are fairly clean, but there's handprints over the walls. The walls are largely gray. There are like imprints on the wall where maybe posters were hung up once, but have been taken down and moved. And there's a quiet shuffle around here, people trying not to make too much noise. And the occasional like cry and wail from the outside. Various sounds from the wards. This is the asylum wing.
So we keep moving.
A lady is brought to you after a while, and she heads up to Verity. Hello.
Is this Karen?
You've
I
come
mean-
back.
It is Karen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have a place to speak about the incident?
Anywhere will do.
Okay, so
In
where
the
are we right
background
now?
is another wheel. And the sound of rattling.
So is there like a room or where
This
are
is
we
the
right?
asylum.
Yeah, but asylum should have rooms, right?
Well, there's nowhere in the asylum where you won't hear the wailing noises.
I
and
know, but like because they want us to keep talking to the minimum, and Verti's gonna talk a lot later. So-
Well, like you're on sort of like the reception area, so you haven't quite gone in yet.
all right. Verti is going to ask. I'm just gonna say,
Well, I was looking for Leandra, but it seems that he's not around. Would you be available to speak about the incident?
We all do what we can.
All right. Well, the investigation led to something about darkness in the asylum. Do you know much about that one?
Yes. Cell numbers were 134.
134.
Yes.
What caused that? What happened?
From our understanding, the bleaker that came to clean in the morning reported that the cell doors were lying open, torn off the hinges, fallen down.
Oh,
Let me think.
And then
Yes,
Verti takes
there
out his
was
book.
there was a black. The interior was blackened, as though there was a combustion.
the entire room.
Parts of the room.
I see.
It was circular in nature. No remains of the patient were found.
No remains. Hmm. But is this tied to the one who escaped?
Well, the cell door was compromised.
Is it just
The
that
fe-
one?
The fellow on the next cell was able to undo their own lock and escape in the panic.
I see. I didn't manage to tell you, but the escaped one has unfortunately passed.
That is unfortunate.
But this, do you know who the cellmate is, or the person inside the cell 134, or what he or she used to be?
The person in cell 135 was a basher, I believe. A basher by the name of Carl.
And the one in 134?
The one in 134 was a clueless.
Oh,
And the mention of clueless, it does coincide with some of the missing clueless or like dead.
We did not
clueless.
get her name, save that she did not know how she really arrived, and she was starting to get violent and aggressive, so we put her in here.
how long was she in the cell before this happened?
It was for the very night she was put in.
And no one saw anything or heard anything that happened that night?
Most were sleeping, I believe.
Died on the night. Do you know about radiant and purifying of soul, Karen?
That sounds more like something a mercy killer might do.
But we do not know the culprit who caused
what happened to the patient in 134.
Was the mortuary any help?
Well, we did find out that the corpses were uncontrollable because it was purified by too much radiant light.
I've heard about something like that. It would seem it has nothing necrotic left to respond to the reanimation.
Yes. Do you know much about that?
I know that this necrotic energy cannot be destroyed. It must have been moved or taken to somewhere.
So it cannot be destroyed. So do you mean if they purify, the necrotic energy is instead absorbed or taken away?
Every body in it contains two different sources of energy. The living and the not living. I'm not very good at this part. But taking one away makes the other stronger.
But also destroys them.
Yes, it is no longer the same thing.
I see. Do you know about the eyeless corpses? And initially we thought it was the beholder, but it appears it's something else. In your experience, have you heard of anything like this?
No, she thinks a bit. Would you like to take a look at the cell?
Yes, that would be very much appreciated.
And are there any other questions in the meantime?
I don't know. What do you guys suggest?
Well,
I'm not sure what I'm missing right now.
Adam's
Have-
keeping quiet.
I
Have you
mean,
seen
Is
any
this the
of
first
the-
time?
what?
Huh?
No, never mind.
Is this the first time that this is happening to an outsider? Ever?
Many things happen to outsiders. Karen looks at you as if like, whether wondering if you understood her answer.
Oh, I was telling that to Verity, as in Verity can ask it, because you know.
Well, but Karen answers you, so.
Oh, that's weird because she didn't talk. I did.
Oh, she didn't. Oh, all right, right.
You
right.
can speak to Karen directly.
Yeah, you
it's
guys
fine.
can speak to Karen.
She's not a patient.
Yeah, and also you guys are helping with investigation, right? So
Oh.
if you guys got any
I can
questions,
I can hear Adam flexing his muscles.
Alright. Yeah, you guys ask questions first. Let me go
So
through my
is
notes.
this a case that has happened before?
Not to my knowledge. No, not to any Bleaker's knowledge, I believe.
Throughout Sigil, no mention of people losing their eyes, particular groups of people wanting to.
Eyes being stolen are very normal.
Normal?
Some of the collectors under the Dustmen are not human. But to go and defile a corpse in the manner is not what a Dustman would do.
And you mentioned something about the separation of necrotic energy and what's the other one?
Necrotic energy and positive energy.
Yes. Do you know how one would go about doing that?
I have read about such things before, being done by the Mercy Killers. I did not read in great detail, but there may be books on such topics.
I look at Verity and I go, Verity, the book that your factor had given you or showed to you, did out of character, did the factor give Verity the book to
Yes.
read?
Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay. So
Okay, Rarity takes out a book.
On the purity of the soul.
Yes, on the purity of soul treatise on, I don't know what's the full
Okay.
name.
is
A
there
treatise by Nerval Strathford.
is there anything in the index page that might be interesting?
Okay. The preface states, any alchemist worth their salt will be able to speak at length on the refinement of metals, be it the mercurial separation of gold, the slag stripping of mithril, or the oxidation of adamantine ore. Why? Because we know their chemical compositions and thus the manipulation of concentrations thereof. The composition of an average adult mortal being was laid bare even before that, and by extension, that of the soul. It then starts to go into very dry, boring discourse that Karen is willing to help you like pass through some of the sections, where it talks about like the meticulous weighing of the soul, as certain gods of the afterlife and death are supposed to like. Some theorize that the feather balances on a scale the purity of one's heart, and some theorize that it is the heart itself balanced against a grain of sand. There's some complex mathematical conjecture about how they try and derive the weight of a soul and so forth. And what comes out is a possible theoretical method as to like purifying the soul itself through a rapid process.
So there is a method to purify something
Yes.
rapidly.
It is noted in the book that this is a theoretical and has not been put into practice. And there's the harmonium stem of banned all over it there.
Just because it's banned doesn't mean people won't do it.
So it's just a theory.
But also, the main thing you take from it is there are various lists. There's a very long list of references that are a bit hard to browse through at the moment.
Yep.
But the acknowledgement sections is to the Mercy Killer Factal Marin for permission of research and proofreading, and to certain Harmonium members as well.
So Mercy Killer Factal.
And there's also
Approved.
there's also acknowledgement to a Dustman Wizard, a Dustman Mage.
Do we know the name? There should be a name.
Give me a moment. The Dustman.
So basically, the Mercy Killer Factor approved this research.
Yes.
And some of the Harmonium members, is it Factal or Factor?
The Factal approved.
For the harmonium?
The Harmonium chose to make a non-statement on this, except that they made a non-statement on the research, but they banned the practice.
So they okay, but they ban it.
They're not okay. It's just that they kind of close one eye when the experiment is going on.
Yeah, because they want to know what's going on.
Yeah, they want to know. But no Harmonium name was named.
I think there were
No,
several.
the Harmonium are not acknowledged
Oh,
inside
okay.
the book.
Okay, I mean, didn't acknowledge it. I mean,
Dustman Wizard's name goes by Zoltan.
Zoltan. Z-U-L-T-A-N.
Zoltan.
Zoltan. So is he like the main head researcher?
It would seem that he expressed significant interest in this.
Significant interest. Okay. So basically, the Mercy Killers are in this, and the Dustman, Zoltan. Who else is notable?
Let me see. I'm looking through my own notes at the moment.
Knowledge, molecular factor, Marlin.
While he's looking through the notes, Alara also asks Verity, when did this happen compared to when we landed?
People have been reported missing, especially close, for about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks.
But the day that I met you is the day I found the corpses.
That's interesting.
Sayo gave me intel on, like, the missing people. That's why I started investigation.
And there was the portal keys, if I'm not mistaken. So that might be.
Yes, I have to investigate on the portal keys as well.
It might be where they've been hiding the bodies.
Okay, the Harmonium members that were supposedly like keeping an eye on things in the acknowledgement was called Tomosker, and the other is Harvest.
Tomosker and Harvest.
Yeah.
So they are not.
This is quite an old book.
Mm-hmm.
So you are Verity. How long have you been with the Harmonium?
Not more than 100 years, that's for sure.
Oh, okay, 100 years then. I think you may have met them once, a few times. They were still around then.
Not more than 100 years though.
Yeah, as in like within 100 years, you will have met them like at some point.
Okay.
Have you met any of these people, or do you know the names?
I mean, I've met them doesn't mean I know, right?
Yeah, it's just that.
Okay, you know that Tomosker was a bit of an arcanist.
Okay.
Like
Tomosker is
certain
an
parts of his mannerisms like remind you a bit of Aram.
All right.
But whereas like Aram was like more how to say flamboyant and all that. Tomosker was known for being more flighty and like doesn't matter, we'll get over it sort of thing.
Okay.
And he tended to be like sent to like further missions abroad and such.
So he's usually abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Harvest is a more severe kind of fellow. You never quite caught what he was, since he's also fully armored. But he's a bit like Hayes in the way like he kind of tromps around, says very little until it's time to act. Although he seems a bit quick to draw the weapons.
So he's quite not trigger happy, what you call it? Yeah.
The stick.
The stick. Do I know if they two work together or are they just separate individuals?
Let's see. It is said that Tomosker and Harvest do work together quite well, and that Tomosker is happy to do all the talking.
Okay.
What about the Zoltan and...
Is Zoltan a well-known name?
Okay. The Dustman, the philosophy of the Dustman is the idea that we are all already dead.
Yep.
But they say there's a reason it's called the cycle of life and death, and the reason is because this life is a lie. We are only truly free when we break the illusion that binds us. Reincarnation is a trap, a cage. And so they seek the true death in order to break this endless cycle. Okay.
So...
And into looking into the state of true death, like it is not uncommon for some dustmen to go into higher research of the undead itself. So, the undead are seen as the prime example of denying one's emotions and physical wants and needs and getting closer to true death. So like most dustmen in the hive pretty much just raise the dead for like purpose of fulfilling contracts of labor and just getting things done.
Yep.
Some like go a bit more into the research.
So to them, or to this mage Zoltan, maybe this whole purifying may be closer answer to true death or
Yeah.
something.
I'm thinking out of character, it might be that he's doing the opposite. Instead, he's taking away all the positive negative energy. So you're left with all the necrotic ones. So you're really dead, like dead.
Yeah, but the case now is it takes away all the necrotic and leaves all the good stuff in,
Yeah.
all the positive things. So it's I don't know. I mean, at least we
And
know.
then positive energy is related to life and exuberance
Yeah.
and all that.
Wait,
But-
since he said that, you can't destroy it, so maybe that's what he was doing. I mean, like when he
Takes all the necrotic energy.
And puts
he
it in himself.
I don't know.
kind of
Some
like it has to go
some
somewhere.
Yeah, it does have to go
Like, it's
somewhere.
popping.
But I don't
It's popping.
think it's any one of these guys.
Yeah, it could be someone who knows about this
Yeah.
method.
So
Yeah.
this
theories and-
this is just a gateway into finding more information.
Yeah. We
Yep.
get more information.
Yep.
I'm just saying that it could be because mass thing.
Ooh, while you guys are discussing, can like Adam go up to Verity and be like, could I borrow that book for like a couple of minutes while you guys continue the investigation?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Newt is still eating the grape.
All right.
How long
What
is Newt
is
eating
that
It's
thing?
3 grapes. Okay.
Is it a good
Okay,
berry?
Alara is now very intrigued by the fact that Newt is taking forever to eat a grape when it took him like freaking fast to eat everything else.
I'm gonna be right back.
All right.
Yeah, he slurped everything like a soup.
What? Are you allergic
you?
to grapes? Are you a dog?
You
Are
see,
you having like teeth problem?
yeah, what's up with Newt? Why is he only eating a grape? He has 3 grapes. Are there still 3 grapes inside my hoodie?
Mm-hmm. No, there's 2 grapes.
Okay, so he's still eating the one, or he's already. There's only 2 grapes left. Is
Yeah.
what you're telling me? Okay. All right, he's taking his time. I guess doesn't like sweet.
Okay,
sweet grapes.
Adam, what do you do with the book?
I am going to skim it or speed read it if I can. I want to look for a way that I can gain the knowledge of how they execute the theoretical method of purifying a soul.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to learn the method, like in theory.
Okay, it's a bit hard to do in just one scan.
Yep, that's what I'm telling you. I'm
I
gonna
need you to
start,
make
like,
an Arcana
from now.
check.
Okay. No problem. Here you go. Okay, now. There you go. 16.
That's pretty good.
Shit.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, you take a skim. You think that things are connecting, and possibly given time, you could probably like put something together.
Okay.
You'll
cool.
need at least an hour to like take your time to go through this section of the book.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good. That's good.
I'm going to hold on to the book for now, because Kian's in the restroom, and then I'm gonna tell Verity that I want to borrow the book. But yeah,
Would Adam get distracted by the book and choose to stay outside at the lobby and keep reading, or does he want to go and continue inside?
That's up to Adam.
yeah, he's like super distracted by the book. He likes books.
So when we go in to look at the room, does he want to follow?
Like he'll stick close to you guys, but he'll like read and walk and like not really pay attention.
So are you guys
Are you
just
trying to
going
keep him
around?
outside?
Well, no, I mean it depends, because if he needs to like focus for an hour,
No. We're I'm definitely not doing that now.
What are you doing?
he wants to borrow the
Since
book.
Verity is back, Adam is like after like his initial skim of the book, he's gonna look at you and he's like, Verity, could I borrow this book for like a day, if you don't mind? Like I promise I'll give it back to you, but
What would you like to do with it?
I just want to do some research. Is that okay? I have this fascination with books. I'm sorry.
Well, it is a very precious book, but for now,
I
I could
promise to
lend
give
it
it
to
back to
you
you.
when we get back, because for now we might need it to get more information
All
during
right,
the investigation.
I pass the book back to Verity.
But yes, you can have a read when we head back.
Sure, no problem.
Adam, just please don't make more of those things.
Oh no, I'm not making more of those things. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of those things, Fira.
Also, Verity is trying to recall back the stuff, right? So he remembers that there is one of the corpses who is burned,
Yeah.
like like blackened and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sort of makes him like link it to the. But never mind. We go to the cell and see what's there for now.
So, Karen brings you through. She walks at a brisk pace. All around you are like cells, some of them containing people, some of them like in people in various states.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my room service? I want my room service. Room service, hello? My son, have you seen my son? He wears a red hat and a blue coat, and he always looks so happy. Have you seen my son? Where am I? Why is it so dark in here? Where am I? Numbers 3, 7, 6, and 4 combine to form number 18, and through if we put together the factor of divided by theorem of 24, so on and so forth.
That was creepy as shit.
Do any of you do anything?
Verity is keeping quiet.
Rose is looking at them.
Hearing that, Adam is going to think in his mind that he's remembered that somebody used to have different voices and talk over themselves like that before.
Yeah, Rose is reminded by the
So he's a little curious.
voices.
Hey there, you lot. Primes, are you? Could I have a moment of your time?
Who's speaking
that?
that?
Who says this?
One of the prisoners.
Nope.
Verity.
I'm not interested in that guy. I'm interested in the
You see,
different...
I was... Well, I
Rose
was
is
sick when I
gonna
was
look at him.
admitted, but admittedly that was more of a drunken thing, but I'm perfectly fine now. So for... Hello?
Rose looks at him. How does he look like?
A man is sitting in a cell, like a sort of like poor man's clothing, just like commoners, but like a bit of muddy torn. He doesn't look injured. Looks roughly middle-aged, like slightly paunchy.
Human?
Human, yes, sitting cross-legged and looks quite lucid.
What does he do when Rose looks at him?
Oh, thank goodness. Could I talk a moment of your time, please?
Verity will say quietly, keep going.
Okay.
Can I
so-
take note
I'm
of the
not really
cell
supposed
number?
to be in here, you see.
What's the cell number?
Does he think that it's like keep talking? Oh, you keep talking.
The cell number is 68.
68.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Rose is going to continue walking.
Okay.
But she's
Everyone.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he stop talking? I mean, she's going to try to listen, but she's going to still walk.
Oh,
Does
not
he like
again. Look, seriously, I shouldn't be in here. Oh.
What's your name? I say out loud.
You're not supposed to talk to you twat. Can I smack him?
You can. You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him upside his head so his face falls into the book.
Wait, yeah, but
Oh god.
Rose is trying to be
Why-
subtle
why
about
do
it, but
these?
he just goes on and.
I can't at East.
Okay, I know. I know.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Okay, so what is
Wait,
his name?
Did someone say something? Did someone say something?
I said something, but then Alara
Nice,
smacked my head across the wall.
It's like,
Head across the wall.
no, I
Yeah,
smack,
No, the book.
I
He
smack
smacks
him
into the book.
upside his head so that his face falls into the book that he's reading.
Yeah.
It's like, pat.
Oh, I heard the wall. Sorry, it's the
No,
book.
no, why would I do that?
Face imprint in the book.
Oh god.
Alara doesn't mess around. Just grabs your head and smash into the wall.
Wow. That's harsh, man.
Like,
Because
damn.
after I said like, "What's your name?" and she did that, it's like I'm not talking anymore.
He forgot he was reading his book.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So it's like, she puts a finger into her mouth and like angry eyebrows.
Angry eyebrows.
Angry mom.
And then
He
keeps
puts his
walking.
hands together in a gesture of sorry. Continues walking.
She nods and then continues walking.
Karen
No, I
brings.
do want to hear his story.
Karen eventually does bring you. Karen like gets you all moving faster, and gets you to the cell number 134. It is as it was before. The cell, which is quite solid metal, is like lying down against the stone tiles. The first thing you notice is that it's bent outwards.
The door is bent outwards.
The metal grill is bent outwards.
Grill bent
As
outwards.
if someone was like smashing against it from the other side.
Or
Yeah.
the explosion pushed it that way?
It could be also explosion or some sort.
Well, could I like investigate the nature
Sure.
of things?
Also, besides the metal grid being bent outside, you notice like the walls. There are 3 walls, so like 3 walls are charred and seared in a roundish sort of pattern that doesn't reach to the corners.
So it's in the middle.
Yes, as well as the ceiling and the floor.
I'm going to take my special pot that I got from buying the 1 gold at the food place. I'm gonna cast light on it and I'm gonna shine it inside the room to help them investigate.
Nice. Oh wait, I have like the cantrip.
Well, Verity has light as cantrip as well.
Yeah, I'm just like shining my pot in like the places that Haze is looking. Basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
shine a light, and then like there's some inmates going, the light. Oh, put the light in here.
Oh, dear.
Shadow saver.
What? Verity's like looking at Karen.
Perhaps we should stop.
Karen goes over to take a bit of cloth to drape it over the other cell.
Oh, it was from another cell. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there was a guy in there. I did not know there was a guy in there.
Well,
Rose, I'll say your senses tingle here. Like you get the feeling there was a portal not long ago.
Your cute little button nose wiggles.
And Verity does a divine sense.
Divine sense.
I forget. I don't have
you only
good
sense,
investigation.
It only senses if
Celestials-
something is there, right?
So yeah, like no,
Yeah,
it's
something
like
has to be literally there.
Hmm.
Like standing
or if
there.
it's consecrated, desecrated, or object that is desecrated, consecrated.
Let's see. Let me think on this. Oh, desecrated, but only on the scorched areas.
It's desecrated.
Scorch. Okay. That means burn areas. So I need to detect portal to see exactly where the portal was.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'll spend a minute doing that.
What are the others doing in the meantime? What are you looking for?
Is there anything else in this cell?
Specifics.
Like
Okay.
the bed or like some sort of I don't know, calories or
Okay. There isn't really a bed. It's just a straw mat. The straw mat seems to have been largely incinerated by this. cutlery. Okay, there's in the corner, like blown into a corner, you find like a mess kit, but the knife is missing.
Mess kit, knife is missing.
Are we allowed inside?
Yeah, I think so.
Iron trucks, you can do what you want with investigation.
Okay, Verity will go inside to investigate. And I mean, Rose can come in and have a look
Like
as well.
there's thick layer of soot over all the burnt areas.
Are
What
there
else are you looking
windows?
for, if anything?
Are
From
there...
the suit, we can determine that the explosion was from the center of the room.
It would
Question
seem
mark?
to be.
All right.
Yeah, and the metal grill is bent outwards, so
Yeah. Are there any windows and stuff on the other
It's
side?
a cell. There's no
It's a cell.
windows.
Okay.
it's an asylum cell, and it's
Yeah.
it's a round room, right?
So it's like a padded cell?
No, not exactly padded. It's just like a stone common cell. Not too dissimilar from the one you spent your first night in.
Huh,
But you say
okay.
it's round, right?
Lovely.
No, as in like the scorch marks itself is round.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a centralized explosion.
Any...
Does Rose tell us?
Actually, make an investigation check on this one.
Oh, okay.
For which one?
Aha.
Oh, I don't.
For the suit, I think.
For
Oh, nice, nice, Adam.
Call me Sherlock Gnomes. Except I'm not a gnome.
Okay.
Okay, Adam, you take a closer look at the way the suit is. You notice while the patterns are round, it's not equally round everywhere. In fact, now that
Okay.
you look at it, it looks a bit more like a dome. Dome than a sphere, with more of the exposure on the ground.
dome.
Okay.
Are there any like liquids or like trails on the floor?
Hard to tell because of all the soot there. You might have to clear something off.
Okay, he's gonna like have a closer look at the suit. Like, what kind of suit is it? Like burned skin or like burned cloth kind of suit? Or
Yeah, like explosion suit from
are there like pieces
TNT.
of things?
Okay, let me think about this one. How are you examining it? Touching? Or...
Touching it.
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. Right. So you touch the layer, you prod it, and your finger goes through to touch the stone floor beneath.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems the stone floor is still intact.
Okay. Stone floor is intact.
This material, like that forms the suit and all that, well, you're not sure, but it would suggest that this is additional material.
What do you mean by additional material?
As in, like, it's not as if like something that was in the cell caught fire and became soot here.
Would it? Oh.
Like whatever burned to cause this like soot was not from within the cell itself.
Does Rose eventually tell us about the portal?
Where does she detect the portal?
Okay. This is Rose. You close your eyes and open your mind's eye, focusing to the energies of portals that may or may not have been. And then you realize that there's one here in the cell, currently dormant, a temporary one. What you can tell is like there seems to be 3 points of connect. There seems to be 6 points of connection.
Wow.
On the ground itself, in the shape of a star.
It's a pentagram, a hexagram.
And then these 3 points of connections, like they intersect to create a portal just slightly off the ground that seems to have that seems to expand in a slight dome shape.
Oh. Okay. Then there's nothing else? That is
Does it
what...
tell you about portal keys or anything?
No, but it will tell me where it goes.
Okay, where it goes. This one,
But like what plane it goes to.
plane, astral plane. The astral plane itself is a transition zones
Okay.
between planes, and it's also quite a vast empty space where like the bodies of dead gods are known to float. Gods who have either been slain or ran out of worshippers.
Alright. Okay.
Bodies of dead gods are massive, by the way. You could build entire worlds on them.
Alright. So actually when I opened my eyes where I kind of felt the 6 points, is there anything physical on the ground to mark the 6 points?
You wish to remove the suit?
I'm gonna tell Verity and Alara about the portal first, and I'm gonna tell them I want to check underneath the suit if there's any drawings or markings.
Rose, which direction did you say the portal was facing?
Facing as if in
Like, it seems to come up from the ground.
yeah, it's on the ground.
But in a dome shape, right? Because I'm trying
Yes,
to,
upwards.
I'm trying to figure out whether it was in the direction of the suit being blasted.
Well, I'm sure that the dome would be upwards from the ground.
Do you say this out loud that Adam can
Yes.
hear this?
Yep.
He wipes off the suit.
Ah, that's helpful. Thank you. So what is underneath?
Okay. Adam, you take a bit of time to wipe away the suit. The suit all stains your hands over. You rub off for 1 point, and you can see like crudely someone has like carved into the stone underneath to make a bit of a circle. And let's say there's a little bit of bone there.
Oh.
Bone. What kind of bone? Is
Is it
it
what they used to carve the
Alright.
thing?
Something crude, a crude implement, just something to,
So it's a
Carve.
bone
So
shank.
they use the bone to carve the
No,
food.
no, not the bone.
Huh?
Something
Oh.
that's carved, but then there's a bone lying there.
The bone's just lying there.
Does
Is it-
the bone
what
look
kind of
fresh?
bone? Is it a
The,
large
the
bone?
scraping is crude.
The bone is quite small. This requires a nature.
Is it like a tool or is it like a remnant?
I don't know if I have nature, but
Nature
I'm gonna
check!
try anyway.
Ah.
Nature.
yes, our Kibo
16!
Ah.
has no nature.
I don't have nature as well.
I got nature.
Okay. Alright. What you can tell is this tiny bone seems to be this appears to be a finger bone.
Oh dear.
Does it look like a tool or just like remains?
It looks as if like the finger bone was jammed into the circle at some point, but like it has been shaken loose.
Hmm.
Does the circle
Gem?
look
It's
like
just
it's
one
old?
piece, right? Like
Yeah.
one piece of finger bone rather than the whole finger.
Yes.
Okay.
Does the markings and stuff look like it's old?
Ah.
Like, does it look like it's been on the ground for a really long time, or
You can't tell that.
I go.
Righty goes
to-
and asks Karen about.
Is that marking on that floor?
We
Before
clean
that.
the cells daily. It shouldn't be.
So this is new. And this happened yesterday. The day before yesterday.
Yeah, Righty is asking Karen, when did the incident happen exactly?
I'm with Verity.
Okay. The incident seems to tally with the time that you described of it happening.
So it's the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And after that, no one comes here to mess around with the cell, right?
No, no one did.
Dorothy, do you think this is self-inflicted? Perhaps they did it to themselves?
Did Rose tell Verity about the portal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
told
she did.
everyone.
So Verity will take that, the jar that Sayo gave to him with the portal key.
Yes.
Are there any reactions from the keys?
Okay. The key. What? Describe the key again.
It's the butterfly pin key.
The intact one.
The intact one and the non-intact one. We have both.
Okay. There seems to be no reaction, but you do notice that the butterfly pin key, the other end of the pin seems to be about the same size as the circle.
Hmm.
Same size as the circle. You mean like if we put it on top? But that's only one, right? There's supposed to be 6. Well, Verity is going to help remove the soot for the other points.
Yeah. Similarly, there's a piece of finger bone in each.
Are the finger bones the keys?
Could be, could be.
Does the fingers bones fit
And, yes, it does look like it was a hexagram.
It's a hexagram.
Could I try something, guys?
Do you want to summon the devil?
No.
Okay.
Just like, could you give me some?
Is a hexagram carved down to the stone, and like towards the far point of it, you find like what remains of the knife. It's like blunted out now.
Oh. Well, I am intrigued. I do feel like.
And then Verity asks,
Does anyone have detect magic here?
Alara? Adam?
Don't look at me.
Oh dear.
Oh, I do!
Yay! Do.
And it says there's a ritual.
Yay! 10 minutes.
So, 10 minutes. Can you fit 10
that's-
minutes?
You can cast it as a spell to do
Yeah.
instantly if you want to use a spell slot.
I don't know.
It's okay, she
But I
can
don't think
ritual
we're
it
in a
while we
rush.
clear up the space.
Yeah, because I want to try something too. So if you want to do the ritual,
So
we
what
can
do you want to do?
Do you have
Verity
10
asks,
minutes
What
for
are you planning to do? You can explain it to us first.
Oh, yeah, it's just something I've read in books. I want to see if my blood will trigger this, whatever this is.
Verity puts a hand in front of you saying,
Maybe not right now. We do not want to tamper with the scene.
That sounds very macabre. How do you get these things?
You don't want to know. My tribe is weird.
But yes, but not right now. We do not want to trigger anything.
Duly noted. Hey, Newt. You want to play around in the suit?
Is he done with the grapes?
The grape falls out of its paws and onto the suit.
Oh,
It's shifting itself to try and get out.
all right. I pick him up and then put him down.
Oh, no.
Next
Alar-
to the grape,
No cats
So that-
allowed on the team.
so that he can pick it up. Like I don't drop him. Like I carry him on my hand, and then I put my hand on the ground so that he's on my hand, and I let him like walk up to pick up his own grape.
Okay, Newt pats over the suit and picks up the grape, which has like soot over it now, and puts it back into its mouth.
Oh God! All right. I
What?
hope you should have
Wait,
let me
wait.
clean it. You should have let me clean it first, dude.
Grape.
God dang it! Come back in here.
so
Put him back inside the hoodie.
outputs Metagrill.
Its little paws have like soot on it as well.
I press the him clean, and I put him back in the hoodie. All right. Next time, let me clean the sooty food before you eat it, Newt. You hear me? All right, good boy.
Anyone else doing anything?
Then Verity says to Karen,
There is a corpse that is badly burned, and I'm not sure if it's linked to this one.
When we look at the corpse, there is no missing fingers from that corpse, the burned corpse, right? Very
The burnt corpse you found in the sewers.
Mm.
Let's see. Did I say anything about missing?
I know it's
fingers?
No.
it has no eyes, it has no throat, and it's burned by
Don't think
alchemical
anything about
substances.
The thing I thought was the skull was also burnt from the inside, so maybe that helps. I don't know.
But like missing fingers is not something burned corpse.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And,
I think I'm not sure I mentioned this. The inmate, the guy adjacent that escaped.
135, yeah.
135 escaped. You found the corpse was found, right? Was the
I
corpse found for
I
135?
I didn't write that down.
It's either is the bloated corpse or the straight jacket with no eyes. Yes. Its eyes is different.
Okay, the one that escaped the asylum. What notes do you have on that?
Well, that guy calls himself Thomas, and it's with straight jacket. It has no eyes, but the burning eyes is different from the others without eyes. That's all I got actually.
The one that escapes.
All I have is
Okay.
bash.
No, I'm talking about the one
Yep.
that ran out in the adjacent cell.
All I have of him is Basher Kyle. Is that what you said? That's all I have. I don't have like
Yeah.
prior notes.
Okay, okay, in that's fine. This one, okay, sorry, I need you all to make an additional investigation check here.
No problem, gladly.
Okay, Rose can do this one.
I'm excited. No, I'm not excited. Shit.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Rose, as Verity is talking about like the condition of the burned corpse and all that, you decide to take a look a bit around outside the cell, inside the
Okay.
inside, and you notice from the vacant cell of 135 from which the adjacent prisoner escaped,
Mm-hmm.
a small little trail of blood, very
Oh
tiny.
dear. Just one trail of blood.
Yeah, it doesn't go very far.
All right. I'm gonna tell that to them. I'm gonna call it to Verity. Verity, look.
Mm.
Verity,
There's a bit of blood encrusting the cell door itself.
crust. Okay. At the handle.
Yes.
Verity, look.
No, before that, Verity wants to verify with Karen. It's like,
You said that the 135 escape patient is called Basher Carl,
Yes.
but
from the reports, there is this, and then he flips his book.
there is this escape patient. He calls himself Thomas. I think. Could it be the same guy?
Let me see. She says, no, Thomas was the name of 134.
What is 134 now? Is it empty as well?
134 is the
134 is
room
the
where
burned one.
Oh, right,
the
okay.
suit room, yeah.
The suit woman.
Sounds like a man's name.
She claimed to feel like a man in a woman's body or something.
I see.
Alright,
clueless,
so
right?
her name is Thomas. Okay. Wait, so the one that we found is actually Thomas then? So the corpse that we found in the sewers is actually Thomas, and not 135, Basher Carl.
Sewers.
Yesterday that I met you, we were in the sewers.
Bodies.
Alara
And we've-
completes her detect magic.
Okay, what do I see?
What does she see?
Detect magic gives you traces of magic that were there or only active or what? Let's see, let me read the description. Presence of magic, faint aura.
I think recently
Okay, the
ones.
ground has like a faint aura of conjuration. That's all.
Would I know if the conjuration was done? Well, of course it was done over there. It's over there. What kind of stupid
Detective
question is
Alara
that?
on duty.
Okay. So I tell them that, and I confirm that.
The conjuration also matches the conjuration on the Verity's key, the butterfly pin.
So it's a similar kind of aura.
I tell them that.
Is it a similar aura to one on, say, like the key to the abyss
Yeah. Is it?
as well, or is it just Verity's one?
The key to the abyss also registers conjuration, but of a
Different wavelength.
let's just say there's different colors. Like blue can cover many spectrums and so on.
Okay. But this one is like the same as the one that Verity has.
Where he looks at the key that he has.
You want to try conjuring it?
It is connected.
Do you want to try conjuring it?
What?
Do you want to try conjuring it?
I don't think it's a good idea. Alara will go.
Rose's expertise here.
From what I've deduced, it looks like, or rather, I think that the person, the inmate in the cell, made this hexagram and then called forth whatever that came from the portal.
Prison people do seem to like to call things from the outside, and she glances at Fira.
But
I
looking
smirk.
at all the clues that we have right now, it seems that all of them are related to the butterfly
Kira frowns,
pin.
looking back at Rose. I didn't make a pentagram with finger bones. Thanks.
She laughs. Yeah, what was Verity saying?
So Verity, do we just?
Yep.
Looking at all the clues that we have so far, it seems that two of the corpses are actually, maybe all of them are related to this incident. We found this butterfly key that is related to the bloated corpse, which is another corpse that we found, who was trying to swallow it. And looking at this is gonna be all related. We have to get more information, but I do not want to activate the key right here with everyone around, but perhaps in a safer place.
I agree. That would be quite unwise.
But we do know that the butterfly pin is related to this aura that you found here. But it could also be that the butterfly pin only reacts to this specific portal.
My question now is, how did a known outsider know how to make this?
A portal. Unless the lady wills it, we shouldn't be able to make portals.
Rose is gonna use the notebook that she got from Adam to make a note of the shape, like draw back the shape.
Okay.
Rose, what can you tell me about conjuring portals? Roughly? Not if you're not somebody from Sigil, for example.
What would I know? You would need a key, and
Okay, so this looks to
Alright,
me like a temporary portal.
oh yeah, alright, forgot you said about that.
It's a dormant
Like
temporary portal, is it?
It's a temporary portal.
And what does Rose know about the fact that, you know, there's finger bones in each whole thing?
Seems to be marker. I don't think they have to be bones. Would that be the right line of
Okay.
thinking?
The finger bones do not have any magic to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're probably markers.
Desecrated ground.
That means a devil appeared there or something.
Wait, do we now know anything about the suit that's covering? Like whether it came from fire and brimstone, or an explosion, or a breath, or sand,
I don't
or
think we have any way of knowing,
You
right?
wouldn't really know. Like whatever material is off was flammable. That much you know.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
not from within a cell, right?
no, it came from probably the portal.
Yeah.
I think it came from the portal or something.
Yeah.
All we could determine from the investigation was that whatever that explosion, the material that caused it, is not like from the cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not from the
My
cell.
my line of thinking is that the portal opened, whatever it is in the portal pulled the person into the portal and left that scorch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one way to find out, right?
No.
We can probably try it at the garrison. Would the garrison be safe?
I don't think portals work that way, right?
No,
Yeah,
I
in
mean
this
it's
portal,
temporary.
temporary portals.
Yeah, you
there,
can
like,
recreate
you
it.
would have to find a way to like duplicate an effect or something to create another portal, or you know, like
Yeah.
just
I want to ask
Temporary.
about like this portal key that people buy, right?
yeah.
Do they usually use it wherever, or do they have to know where it leads to
Not-
use the portal key?
You're not sure on that one. The buyer beware.
So maybe you just buy a key and you don't know where the portal is.
Like the main rule of buying anything in Sigil is buyer beware.
I think that's the general consensus, because we did want to at one point use the portal key to,
Yeah, we wanted
Like a
to try to
bomb?
use the abyss.
so you
Yeah.
don't have to know where it ends, you just have to activate it.
Yeah.
So that means like the portal key can just open a portal that goes to somewhere.
No, and I think some portal keys might need to be used at a specific spot, but some might be, like you know,
They
you
just
just
conjure
need
up
to
a
draw.
portal, right?
You just need to
Some-
draw.
Some might even need
entrance.
prep work, like this hexagram nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah, so like that, so like maybe this butterfly pin could just be something that conjures up a temporary portal that is just like this. I don't
Or
know.
maybe it activates temporary portals.
Yeah, maybe the butterfly pin is just like temporary portals.
I could give it a try for you if you'd like.
No.
No,
Adam.
Like I said, let's try to do it at the garrison where we have more
yeah.
support.
Kira says, all right, are we done then? Can we go back to the garrison?
Fira, hold on. One more thing. I remember both of you, Verity and Hayes, talking about the little person, because she doesn't know who they're talking about. She just heard that there was a gnome that opened up a thing.
Yes, there's a gnome. From Hayes' description, it seems to be the one that was following us.
Oh, that nasty thing.
Is that-
This one
But
encountered it.
we will talk about that later. I'll have to check the next cell just to make sure.
Because he sees the blood, right?
Yeah.
The roll points it out, you do.
Is that
Yep.
cell open, or are
Yeah,
there?
it's open now.
Is it just the trail of blood? Is there nothing else inside that's special? Okay, let's check everything, guys. Everything.
Okay, you look in. The other cell is quite unremarkable, except for a trail of blood that seems to start encrusting around the handle of the
Grill?
grills itself.
Mhm.
It doesn't start from anywhere else further in.
Is it within 30 feet of the detect magic? Where I was?
There's no magic there.
Okay.
I don't think the blood will be magical.
Wait, so the
Never
handle is
know.
on the door that opens the door. The handle that opens the door instead of from inside.
Yes.
It's from inside as well.
Oh,
Do you think his hand is injured? Could they have been
Where
his
does the
fingers?
trail- blood.
Oh!
what's your idea, Adam?
It's the finger
Can
that
I-
jammed
Can I
into the
open?
hole.
Can I open the other room? Can I open 135? I'm
It's-
gonna ask.
it's
What's your
open.
name?
It's open.
Open. Do you want to
It's
go
already
in?
open.
Yeah, I
It's
want to
already
go
open.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, we are going in.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I look for specific signs of like blood smearing that looks like there's spaces in between, like as if like you were
Finger blood.
like no like okay, imagine if your fingers are missing, yeah, and then you were to try to hold on to something or like hang on to the wall and then your hand would slip. Like there would be like 4 lines, right? Can I look for something like that in the room?
Four
Is there
lines. No, there's no 4 lines, but you do see a faint 1 line somewhere.
okay. So like a sign of someone trying to struggle on the wall, right?
Uh, you're not
Or
sure if you
smear it.
describe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, I have a theory, and I'll keep it to myself.
Okay, let me go through this again. There's 6 fingers in the hole, or
Six.
just one?
Yeah.
6
6. Okay.
6
Six.
little
Oh, that
finger
means-
bones.
Finger bones.
One finger. Oh no, wait.
No, 6 at each point. 6.
No, I
'Cause
mean like a person has 10 fingers. He doesn't
Yeah.
need the finger for 1, 3, 5.
Well, obviously.
Oh well, yes. Go
It's
on.
more like we're thinking with portals.
So how did he get out if it's locked? That's the question as well.
I got out from a locked prison.
But it's like obvious that the patient opened the door and get up, close it again or something. Okay, what else is in the thing? Like the line of blood, there is that trail
Hello?
of blood. Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Because my brother made a loud noise.
I know.
Everyone reacted.
Oh,
Okay.
Autistic speaking.
Yes.
Wait, what is the portal fun? What did I miss?
Thinking
with
with
portals.
portals.
I didn't even deign to react to that.
Yeah. The cake is a lie. Anyway, back to thing. So there's nothing remarkable other than these few things. The trail of blood, 1 line of blood. Any sign of struggle?
Well-
Any scratches on the floor?
No, although there's quite a little blood around the handle and the keyhole area.
There's a keyhole area.
Oh.
He jammed his finger into the keyhole. No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He might have peeled his own finger's flesh off and used the bone to unlock the door inside the keyhole.
This one doubts they would be so desperate.
Okay, is there any mess kit as well?
The mess kit is still in the corner.
Blown
Not-
away. Yeah.
Nothing missing.
No, this in 135, like things are mostly orderly.
Yeah, in 134 the mess kit's in the corner, like because everything got blown back.
So everything's orderly except for these few things.
DM, can I is there any way for like me to run magic through things?
What do you mean run magic through things? It's
Can
called
I,
detect
like-
magic?
No, can I I don't know if this is possible, which is why I'm asking. Is there any way for me to like surge magic into something?
Not really, no.
Not really? Alright, just asking.
Do you have mage hands?
I mean, do you have what was your idea now?
I wanna put magical energy into the ground to see if the symbols flash light or
You would have to
activate.
cast an actual spell into it and see if something happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to use like a spell slot to cast magic into it, but I don't want to cast a spell. Like I don't want to cast
Cantrip.
fireball on myself, you know? Like I don't want to do that.
Cantrip.
No, there's no guarantee on that. As in, like you cast a spell and see if it receives anything from it.
Yeah, exactly. No. So it's all right. It's fine.
Try lighting
Just-
it.
I-
Wait,
I
do
was
you,
just asking.
do you have like
Yeah,
a
light.
non-painful cantrip? Shape Earth?
Oh yeah, try to shape earth on the floor.
I don't want to mess up the. It's stone, and I don't. I mean. I don't
Oh
wanna
right,
mess
you
it up.
can't do stone.
I can do stone.
Okay,
Oh really?
But
where
I
is
don't
your
wanna
ask
mess up
Karen?
the scene of the crime.
Has anyone seen Bashik Carl at all?
We have not gone looking for him. Our duties are busy on our hands. If he refuses treatment, there's only so much we can do.
Is Leandra the one responsible for Carl?
She indicates the rest of the asylum. There's a lot of patients. Leandra is unlikely to chase after one that ran away.
What's the condition of Dr. Carl? Why was he locked inside?
Oh, what's the noise? Okay.
Verity asks,
Yeah.
what's the condition of Basher Carl? Why is he in here?
I believe he thought that everyone was out to get him.
So he became violent?
Let me see this thing again.
He believes everyone's out to get him.
No, 134 was the one that got violent and aggressive.
Yep. What about 135?
135 was thought everyone was out to get him and needed a place to be far away from everything.
He what? To be far away from everything?
Needed a place to be far away from everything.
Oh, he's finding a place to be far away from everything.
Yeah, that's his little hidey hole. So when this happened, he freaked out. So he may have been desperate enough to injure himself to get out.
Yeah.
But the blood trail ends, right? Just like past the door?
Yeah, there isn't that much blood in a sense.
Okay. Alright, so Verity writes all that down and then he says to Karen,
Thank you very much, Lika Karen. We have gotten much out of this. Thank you for your patience as well.
You're welcome. Now I shall return to my duties.
Thank you.
Dankeschön.
and Verity will lead you guys out of the gatehouse.
Yay! Like a train.
You pass by cell number
68.
Yes.
Yes.
What is he doing again?
I point at Adam.
My name. What's my name? What have they done with my name? Give it back.
Is Alara looking at me?
Yeah. It's like with the finger up, like, don't you dare. Keep
Sigh.
walking.
Rose is gonna accidentally blurt out, "You poor sod.
What?
You poor sod."
No, my name is not Sod.
Then I'm like now glaring at Rose, like, why you do this?
Sorry. Oops, sorry.
Then I push both of them faster.
Alright, you leave the asylum without further incident, and this is where we'll pause for tonight.
Thank you.
Ah,
My brain.
No, one more week.
yeah. And next week we will see you on
Monday.
Monday. Thank you everybody for listening and watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya! Bye!
My brain.
Bye.